Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Talk About It with Amore show. Let me put my little welcome up there. Is this it? Hey y'all, that's my welcome, honey. That is my welcome, honey. Yes. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all come on up in here. Come on up in here. Come on up in here. We got to have a conversation. Mothers, fathers, parents, everybody, get in here, get in here. We got to have a conversation. She said, yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you, Sandra. Appreciate y'all. Y'all come on up in here because, baby, thanks to the person that sent me this story, but we're going to have a conversation. First of all, before we get into it, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? She said they've been cutting up all day in Chicago over this, baby. I had about 4 or 5 of y'all send me this, and I became outraged every time I opened it up and watched it. I mean, just sitting up in my bed, blood boiling, just blood boiling. Okay, just outraged. Like, oh my goodness, if you a parent, this story I'm about to tell y'all about, who does not know what we about to talk about? She said, Amore, you sound so much better tonight. Thank you, Meg. I feel better. Now, I ain't going to say I'm 100%, but I do feel better and better each day, especially now that I know like what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's been treated properly. I just feel better. I couldn't eat that lasagna, though, that my husband made. So I was mad about that. But other than that, but thank you, Meg. Y'all come on up in here. Y'all come on up in here. She said, every time I see it, I get pissed off. Yes, Sipping Lab was one of the ones that sent it to me, and Dry Bob, and a few of y'all sent it to me. So I appreciate y'all sending me this type of content. Y'all already know, baby, I love my children. I love my grandkids. And baby, honey, I spent a weekend without my blanket and my pillow over my kids. You hear me? I will. But I got to tell y'all what's going on because I'm pretty sure some of y'all are just getting off work and have not had a chance to get around social media. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in before I get into this story. Okay. She said, Miss Fee sent it to me to get to you. Okay, thank you, Miss Fee. I appreciate that. Yeah, you from Chicago, baby, honey. We may have to come and do a march in Chicago. What is really going on, girl? But thank you, Miss Fee, for sending that to Dry Bob, and Dry Bob sent it to me, and a few other people have sent it to me. She said, I haven't heard all the details. Okay, I'll go with the details with you guys. But I want y'all to come on up in here first. Hit that thumbs up button for your girl. Hit that thumbs up button for your girl, please. And thank you. And y'all share this live. We got to get it popping. And you know what? I am going to drop the link after I go over the details of the case, just in case y'all want to come up and just express your concerns about it. But I do want to go ahead and give you guys the details of it because, baby, it is crazy. All right. She said, greetings, Amore and Loud Talkers. She said, this is wild. It is. Thank you, Rita. She said, I'm glad that you're talking about this. Yes, baby. Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you, Lacondis. Appreciate it. And Lady V. Thank y'all so much for sprinkling some love. She said, the more you see the D4 VD is a suspect. That's a story for another day. Okay, K Shine. We'll cover that another day. But no, I did not know he was a suspect. She said, I was hoping that you talked about this. Now I can hear facts and truth. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate it. Y'all come on up in here. We're going to talk about this thing, okay? So let me just tell y'all what we're talking about tonight. Y'all, this is my thumbnail, and it says, Chicago, we need answers. Why do we need answers? Well, because a 33-year-old mother, okay, a pregnant mother, let's not forget that because a lot of people are forgetting the fact that this young lady was pregnant, okay? A 33-year-old pregnant mama by the name of Korshwa. Oh, Lord, I'm about to jack her name up. Korshanda. I'm just going to say Shonda because, you know, people be putting all these extra syllables on their children name. But it's Shonda. Shonda Hatter. Hatter. Maybe Hatter. But Korshanda, okay? And her 9-year-old son that's seen right here in this picture, the cute little fella right here. They were walking near the 10600 blocks of South Bensley Avenue on the far south of Chicago. All right. She was picking her son up from school. They were attacked by a group of kids, teenage, middle-aged kids, at 3 p.m. yesterday, Monday, yesterday. All right. Now we talking about middle-aged school kids attacked a whole mother and her son while she went and picked him up from school, right? And was walking him home. Oh yeah, Mookie. Mookie said, and her daughter was there too. Her daughter was there. Now I do want to play the video. I want to play the version where they actually blurred it out because y'all know Facebook, not Facebook, but YouTube be tripping sometime. And I don't want them to put a disclaimer on my video. So let me just pick the one that the news covered. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to pick the one that the news covered because they blurred it out. I don't want you guys to see the whole thing on my page. And not that I don't, but you just have to be careful showing this type of graphics. Okay. So I'm just going to do the one that the news shared. She said they so adorable. I'm talking about so adorable, right? We're going to talk about it in a minute, but y'all, let's look at this. All right. Let's look at this and then we're going to continue on. All right.
Near a Southside school. This happened yesterday afternoon near 106th and Bensley. That's right down the street from Orville T. Bright Elementary School. Video shared tens of thousands of times on Facebook shows this attack, and you can see that woman being punched and eventually falling to the ground, and that's when the assault turns even more violent. We've frozen the video here because it's too graphic after this point. We've also blurred the faces of the people involved because they're minors and no charges have been filed. Police say the woman and a 9-year-old boy went to the hospital in serious condition. Word of the attack spread quickly on social media and led to a big crowd gathering outside the school this morning demanding answers and justice. We've reached out to CPS for comments on this.
Now listen, he said
Children near a Southside school.
he said she fell to the ground. I'm gonna have to correct him. She was drugged to the ground. She was drugged to the ground by middle-aged kids. Okay. I'm talking middle-aged kids, you guys. Drugged to the ground and continually punched on by middle-aged kids. Now, apparently, the little boy had been bullied at the school. These are her words. She said out of her mouth that her son had been bullied for over 2 years at this school. All right. So she went up there to walk her son home because she's like, most mothers, right? They're going to stand hard, stand firm for their children. So that's what she did. She was walking them home. They were following behind her and talking smack, right? She's pregnant. So she was trying to walk ahead of them, like, go head on. I ain't trying to do nothing or whatever. We ain't trying to do nothing. Just go head on. She said she even crossed the street. Okay. We're going to hear from her as well. She said she crossed the street to get away from them and they followed. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull the one up that I shared earlier. And let me pull this one up because I want y'all to see just her talking, not necessarily the video, but her talking. Let me get that right quick. They followed her. And then because she was basically taken up for her child, they ended up fighting her, punching her, right? And then pulled her to the ground, pulled her wig off and all of that, right? Just beating her, stumping her. And then they even touched her son and start putting hands on her son, kicking her son. You know what I'm saying? The son is 9 years old. He was trying to protect mama. Mama was trying to take him. Let me just see. And I want y'all to see the video that she was explaining what happened. Now, she does have sickle cell. And so she doesn't talk with like really clear voice like how I would. She said she's not pregnant. Oh, she's not? Oh, damn. She looked like it. Okay, my bad. She's not pregnant. All right. So, all right. Well, my bad. That's the misconception. She did look pregnant. So I need to take that. Did I put pregnant in my? Okay. Okay. I didn't put in it. But she looks pregnant a little bit. So she's not pregnant. Okay. But let me show you the little boy on here, on this one right here. I can show you some of these pictures. I don't want to show you much, but look at this picture right here. Now, if you can see this picture right here, can I zoom in a little bit? That's her son right there in the blue jacket. She's trying to basically protect him, right? She's covering his ears. She's covering him, basically saying, I got you, son. Y'all see this little girl right here? The one with the beige pants on and the black jacket, she was the first one that threw the first punch. Okay. You see how she rearing back to hit on a whole grown adult, a whole grown adult. So she kind of set the stage, right? She swung on her, and then a lot of the other kids came and started swinging on her as well. She got separated from her children. Okay, they drug her down to the ground. They started stomping on her, pulling her hair, pulling off her wig, should I say, stomping on her, and then the son was not no longer protected. So what happens? They go and knock him to the ground and start hitting on him as well. Again, he's 9 years old. All right. Now, the little girl was kind of off to the side crying by herself. But guess what? She had to sit here and watch her mom and her brother get taken down to the ground and beat on by a bunch of middle-aged students from Chicago, or that lives in Chicago. Okay. Now, but what I will say, right? Let's continue the story. But what I will say is Chicago got together and they said, we're not standing for this, baby. So they got together and they went down to the school, was there at 8 o'clock this morning, standing in the gaps. Because, baby, at this point, yeah, I'm sure they want, they want something to happen to the kids. But you know who they really after? Baby, they want to talk to them parents. They want to talk to the parents because you got to understand this type of stuff just don't start at school. This type of stuff just don't start with the children. All right. So let's continue. Both of the victims, the mom and the son, were taken to the hospital, and the mother was actually injured. Okay. She was already suffering from sickle cell, right? She had posted something saying that, hey, I've been sick for the last 5 weeks, because when you have those sickle cell, I'm not sure exactly what you call it, but they have, like, I wouldn't say episodes, but just I don't know what you call them, but like every now and again they take ill, and they have to recover. But she says, been sick 5 weeks, no appetite. I tried to make myself eat, it's not working. Been to the hospital 3 times. Hemoglobin was at 2. Doctor said how I'm still living. Ask God, it's not my time yet. Okay. Okay. She says it's called sickle cell crisis. Okay. So she was already dealing with a sickle cell crisis and said that she's been sick for 5 weeks. Now, when you ill like that or whatever, you don't have no strength. You understand what I'm saying? But she did everything she could to protect her children, and they got the best of her. Okay. They got the best of her and took her down to the ground. Son crying, she crying, daughter crying, right? But Chicago did step out and step up for the family. She did speak at the school. It got so bad that the police and the news people and everybody had to come out to the school, because when I tell you Chicago stepped, they stepped. Let me show you what I'm talking about. When I tell you they stepped, they stepped. Now, of course, we're not going to play this whole video, but I just want to show you a little bit of them coming together as a community, because they wasn't having it. All right. Hold on one second. Did he take it down? Did he take it down? It looked like he may have taken it down. Let me just see, because I seen it earlier. I've just been following one guy's page, and it looked like he may have removed the video. Hold on. Hmm. Well, hmm. So I seen it earlier. It looked like he may have removed the video, because it was like a 2-hour video that he had up there. Hmm. Hold on. Did he remove it? Well, let's hear her voice of what she say happened, okay?
We just want to go walk and get us some chips and cheese daily. We do that every day, okay? We do that every day. I don't know about them. I guess they mad because they can't get no chips and cheese or whatever. But, yeah. We was walking to the store. I was going to go get my kids. How was your son doing? He right up. He's great. He's sleep. He sleep.
Let me just say, she said he's doing fine and he right here. I think she mean like injury wise, because baby, this is traumatizing to this young fella. You hear me? You know, she said he's doing fine, but you can see the sadness in this young man's eyes. You understand what I'm saying? He may be doing good physically, right? Like no broken bones and things of that nature. But baby, this young fella's spirit is broken. Okay, broken. This is traumatizing and should be for any kid. You understand what I'm saying?
You see his face red a little bit, but that's because they hit him right there. But my son is great, and my daughter is great. It's me.
Same thing with the daughter. The daughter's traumatized as well. I feel like both of these young kids need some type of counseling and need to know that, you know, they shouldn't be afraid because, you know, this is traumatizing. And I would understand why they would be afraid, you know, watching behind them and, you know, intimidated by kids their size. They should not have to have experienced that at all. Okay.
Y'all, it's me. I'm the one that had to be in the hospital. I'm the one that had to be in the hospital. I told y'all on my story that I was sick for 5 weeks. I still am. Still am. I'm still sick. I have sickle cell anemia. I was walking to go and get my kids from school. Okay. What the fuck they mama's at? Right, exactly what I said. Bruise them up, shaking my head. Yeah, it's like once I know y'all seen the video. Did y'all see the video? When when they started hitting on me, okay? They started hitting on me because I was trying to grab my motherfucking son. They hitting on me and dragging me down, pulling my wig off because I'm trying to get my motherfucking son. You think I'm gonna just stand? Man, close that door. You think I'm gonna just stand here and watch y'all beat on my son? No, it's not happening. It's not happening. It is not happening. It is not happening. Sorry. They thought I was just gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stand right there and let y'all beat on my son. I'm gonna watch y'all. Go ahead, go ahead. Who? Not me, baby. Not me. Not me, because I ain't watching shit.
Now, that's her in the hospital. She's out now. You know, again, there is a video. You know, let me, should I? I'll show. Let me just show it from the TikTok because it's a little bit bigger. I said I wasn't gonna show it. Maybe I'll just delete it out afterwards. But I want those that have not seen it to actually see it because it is horrible. And for those that haven't seen it, those that have not seen it, yeah, because you won't have the same outrage if you don't see it. Because baby, I think as a mother, okay, hold on. Okay, why is it not letting me share? Hold on. Hmm. Give me a sec. Let me just figure out why it's not letting me share. Give me a second. All right, let's see if it'll work this time. Okay. I don't know why it does that. All right, let's watch it, y'all. Oh Jesus. So already you can see they are walking all the way up there. That's mom, that's son, and the daughter with her. Now you got a mob of freaking young students, right? Young gangsters walking behind her, yelling and making noise and talking smack.
Come on, blood. Shamar looking at. Shamar. Come here. What you want, Shamar? Shamar, what you want, Shamar? Shamar looking at. Come on. Hey. Look at them ankles, bud. Shamar looking at.
So right there, you see her with her daughter and then her son, right? She just, she probably at this point probably just trying to let them pass or whatever. Yeah, they were very disrespectful.
Julia. Bitch.
So I think he just tried to, I think he just hit her son. That little boy hit her son and then kind of walked off a little bit. So now she's checking on her son, like, are you okay? You know what I mean? Like, are you all right or whatever? And you see the daughter, she's kind of standing close to mama, right? So the son right here is already crying. He's already been hit. He's 9 years old. Again, he's 9. And so he's already crying, right?
Other bitch, Lauren.
Now, right here, okay, you didn't see it, but let me see. Okay, so they must have cut it off. Let me just get another video because I think they cut that one off right when the girl. Hold on, let's see if this one shows it. That girl right there. Well, let me see if you can see her. That one, she hit her first. Okay, so it looked like TikTok. It looked like the stations have made them turn it off, so they're not showing the whole video. Hold on. Let me see if they show the whole video. Okay, so they stopping it, y'all. They're not playing the whole video. It looked like they're stopping it before the. Let's see if they show it on this one.
I'm not pissed. They are pissed.
Okay, so I see what's happening. They're cutting it off because they don't want. I guess because it's disturbing. Look at the little boy, but they're cutting the video off. But just know, when the girl swung on her, they drug her down to the ground, and then they just start kicking her and punching her and kicking her and punching her, and then they went over to the little boy and start doing some of the same things to the little boy. The little boy definitely shouldn't have had to see his mama in that condition. Let me see what's going on right here.
Kids are here.
Because you don't have a baby.
I just don't put shit on Facebook, like real shit that I go through every day, and like I don't post that on Facebook because people like to use that against you. So I try to keep shit to myself. I don't even, I don't even got nobody to vent to. I don't got friends. I don't trust nobody. I don't know what it is, what they want to do with my son, but my son is very friendly. Like he not the type that likes to fight. He's not a fighter. Yeah, he okay. He right here. Just smacked him very hard, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't move my son at the moment because I had my daughter standing in front of me. If I move my daughter or move any other way, I don't know what these kids trying to do. I'm not pregnant.
So this is what she said. She's not pregnant, but she also said that she don't know what the deal is, why they want to fight her son. A lot of celebrities have came forward and reached out, made posts and stuff, and saying, "Hey, find this family, find this young fella. We want to fly them out to L.A. and let them see, that things are not supposed to be this way." And they're rallying behind this young fella. They want to buy him a set him up for Christmas and things of that nature because they want him to feel like that he was brave for his mama. Now, let me just tell y'all what's going on, and then we're going to do a whole psychological breakdown and talk about why things like this happen. Now, honey, y'all just already know the streets going to do what the streets do, right? The streets will do what the streets going to do. And I'm not saying that to advocate for violence, but baby, they already done found some of the parents, okay? And they already done jumped in some of their inboxes, and they done already threatened some of their lives, okay? And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I came across one of the text messages that they wrote to the mother because they finding them one by one. And the thing about it is, Jay and I was talking about it, and we said that if it was our child, they would not have to find me, because I would bring my son or daughter before the school and have my child apologize to that mother and that son. I would not protect my children from things like this. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I'm a protective mother, but I'm gonna make my kids do the right thing, right? She said, check your phone more. I sent you the full video more. Yeah, I think the reason why the video was, thank you, Ashley, but I think the reason why they didn't want to show it because the social media sites is probably shutting it down. So I'm not gonna show the whole thing either. But she said, does he have a GoFundMe? I'm not sure about that yet, Queen Love, but I'll find out for you, okay? But they done found some of the parents on this one right here. It says, hey, you the parent of one of them kids that was out there, and don't lie because I'm going to find out quick. So this person responded, bitch, you nobody to come do something to me. You nobody to come do something to me, right? Y'all know I don't know this slang shit, right? You nobody to come do something to me. And then the person responded, where you at? It's a lot of us. We finna come beat you and your daughter ass. And then she responded, don't get SHOT, pop, pop, pow, pow. And she said, go find something safe to do. And then this person said, no, you don't get KI'd. Okay. So they already are finding some of these mothers, some of these kids. They're finding out who they are, and they inboxing some of these mothers. Like I said, with me being a parent and my husband, we both said that we would hold our children responsible, and we would make them come forth, apologize, and we will also let the people know that they are being dealt with accordingly. All right. So this person, same person that was in the inbox saying, you ain't gonna do nothing to me, said, I'm embarrassed as hell by that video. Stop texting me for I treat y'all. Now, I don't know what that means. That's some young talk. For I treat y'all. I'm assuming that mean like before I do you, or before I get y'all, before I hurt you, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments, what does that mean? Y'all stop texting me before I treat y'all. Now, these are middle-aged kids and their parents, okay, talking. Now, let's talk about why things of this nature happens, all right? Now, again, let me just say this. People are upset. People are angry. She said, Amor, check your messages, please. Ooh, Vanessa, I hope it's good. All right, hold on. Let me check it, because y'all know when I get on my grind. Let me see what you done sent me. Oh yeah, but I don't want to show it because I'm assuming that the reason why they blocked it out. Thank you, Vanessa, but I'm assuming that the reason why they blocked it out is a lot of the TikTokers blocked it out or whatnot, because when I do show fights and things of that nature on my channel, they do get flagged. So I'm not gonna show it because I don't want this video to get flagged. But thank you, I appreciate it though. So I appreciate it. But what was I saying? What was I saying? I can't remember what was I saying. Oh, well, I think I was talking about how they went up to the school and they want the parents held responsible. Of course, they want the kids held responsible, but when you have kids that's minors, guess who responsible for those kids? Those parents are responsible for those kids, right? And you got to understand, kids learn this from somewhere. So whether they are living in a home where they're seeing violence and things going on, or they're just subjected to these things around the school and the school is not doing anything about it. All right. And then not only that, these groups, these when they're in groups, they get a little tougher. Because if one or two kids was walking by themselves, they probably wouldn't have tried the little boy, right? They probably wouldn't have tried to hit him. The mama that wouldn't have done anything, would have minded his business and walked straight home, right? But when they get in these groups, they get a little tougher. That's how it is on social media too, right? They get into these little groups and then they chest stick out a little further. They don't know how to stand alone. They like to bully you in groups. That's just what they do, right? So, but I was sitting up here thinking, like, whose responsibility is this? Yes, it is ultimately the kids. She said, just sent the video. Y'all must be a little bit behind in the video. In the video. Thank you everybody that's sending me the full video. I appreciate it, but I'm not gonna show it because I don't want my video to be flagged. But I appreciate y'all. But I do think y'all may be a little bit behind in the video. All right. So, but what causes teenagers to do things like this? What causes them to group together, lash out, show so much aggression, and have a wide disregard for other adults? What makes them do these things? And who does the responsibility lie on? Is it just the kids? Is it the parents? Or even the school responsibility? We have to think about that and we have to talk about that because these kids do need to be held responsible, but they may not be the only ones that need to be held responsible. This was walking home from school. She said out her own mouth during one of those press conferences that she had that this has been going on for 2 years, that her son has been bullied for 2 years and she don't even know why. She said, my son doesn't bother anyone. Now, looks can be deceiving. We all know that. But just looking at this 9-year-old little fella does not look like he's one of those bullying children, right? Because if he was in the video where we saw when they hit him, right, when he was initially hit, if he was one of those type of kids, he would have balked back, right? He would have wanted to fight back. He would have been slamming down his book bag, talking about, no, mom, let me go, let me go, let me go. He didn't do that. He drew nearer to his mom. That told me something right there. That told me that he was non-confrontational. Now, y'all know these kids can get body, right? And when a kid is body, you know it. They don't care if mama around, daddy around, grandma around. They gonna be body. This kid did not do this. This kid drew nearer to his mama. That meant he wanted no confrontation. He wanted nothing what they were trying to give him, right? So with that being said, what make a group of kids do things like this? Now, I'm gonna tell you my personal belief. Sometime when they know that you're scared, right? When a mob of people, I ain't even gonna just say kids, but people think that you're scared, they bully you more. They tease you more. They threaten and try to intimidate you more. Okay. They like to do that because they feel like empowered, right? They do these group assaults because they like, oh, you're not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Let's just beat them up. But when they do know that you bout that life, like really about that life or about that energy, then they kind of leave you alone. Not saying that you should teach your children to fight, but that's why our parents always did tell us, don't come home beat up. You better fight back. But the reason why they said fight back, because they say if you fight back, these people will leave you alone, right? But if you don't fight back, and we've seen this on the internet, when a person just want peace, don't want no drama, they saying go ahead on. I don't want no smoke with you. Go ahead on. That's when it get louder. That's when all the bullying and the drama and the subbing, it gets louder because they think that you're scared. They think that you're not going to do anything. And sometimes you just be sparing these people, like literally sparing these people. You be like, I really don't want to come spaz out on your ass because you know I can, right? But then when the bullied person, i.e., let's just say this little boy, when he comes back and do something to defend himself, then they will want to lock him up and act like he was just some type of menace to society when he's been getting bullied for years. All right. But how does this start? How does the bullying start? First, it starts with the verbal teasing. They call it, back in the day, they used to call it janking, where they just talk about, oh, look at your clothes. Look what you wearing. Look what, you don't have no name brand. They start with all that, right? And then they start with little threats and intimidation. And then they do these social exclusions like, oh, you can't sit with me in the lunchroom. You're not a part of our little clan. And then they start with the group assaults. Okay. But they normally do it to people around their age. What would make these little bastards put hands on a grown adult? Now, probably one, she's not a very big person, right? She's kind of small, she's kind of short, you know what I'm saying? And she'd already said she's been sick for 5 weeks, so she probably appeared a little frail. Now, some of these kids wouldn't dare look at us, our sizes, our demeanor, our attitudes, and put their hands on us because they know we'll turn into a whole Medea on their asses. But kids size adults up just like adults size adults up. And that's what happened. They sized her up. They sized her up by her size. They sized her up by her willing to just move on and not clap back at them. Now, if she would have turned around and said something like, you little motherfuckers better leave me alone before I freaking spray all you, whatever the case may be, they probably would have walked on by, right? But the fact that she just appeared like, y'all go ahead on. I'm just wanting to protect my kids. Y'all just, move around or whatever. That made them feel, because they were also in a little group, right? That they had some type of power. Little violent little bastards. That's what I call them, right? So, but let's also talk about kids acting out what they see at home, right? They see some of these kids that's in this little circle, they're seeing this toxicity at home, whether it's between mom and daddy, boyfriend, girlfriend, baby mama, baby daddy, mama and the other siblings, right? Whatever the dynamic is, some of these kids is watching their parents or somebody at home go through violent attacks, okay? Right? They're seeing this type of shit at home, right? They're being subjected to it. Also, they could be seeing it on social media, TikTok, all these fights, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube shorts, all these little fights. They used to have this thing called World Star, where if you got in a fight, it got recorded and then got uploaded immediately on the website, right? It was a thing. I don't even know if they still have it, but I know that at one time, all the little fights went to World Star, right? So they're seeing this and it makes them lean into this, and then it become their model. It become their model because how did this get recorded? One of those persons or two or three in that group had video. They literally was recording this because this is the type of shit they like, and then they pass it around amongst their friends and laugh about it. Okay? That's how this shit got circulated all over the internet because this is funny to them. Oh, we just jumped the mom. And let me tell you something. If this would not have became worldwide, well, not worldwide, but national news, right? It would have happened again. They would have felt empowered, right? And then they would have found another mom, another parent, and their child, and they would have jumped them too. This would have become a thing for them, but they didn't know it was going to get as much outcry as it has. I bet them little bastards at home now are scared to freaking come outside, and they damn parents, right? But they did not know it was going to go around. They thought it was going to just be between their little clique. They was going to be able to laugh at it. But I guarantee you it would have happened again. Another reason why things like this happen is lack of emotional regulation. Listen, middle schoolers like this, they're not fully developed. Some of them are not, right? They don't really know what's going on. Again, they're acting out on what they see at home, right? They don't have impulse control, long-term thinking skills, and they're not processing the consequences of their action because every last one of these little bad motherfuckers could get locked up in juvenile. Now, 5 or 6 or 7 years from now, they'll look back on this and say, shit, I didn't know this could get me a record. I didn't know this was going to follow me for the rest of my life, right? They have no idea. They're not being taught this. They're not, their parents, teachers, somebody is not telling them your actions today will affect your life tomorrow and years to come. I'm sure they did not walk home from school this day saying, I want a record. I want a juvenile record. I want to be locked up. I want street creds. Yeah, that's what I want. They're not thinking, right? They're not processing the consequences of their action. I guarantee you not one of them thought that they would even get in trouble, that they would even get caught. All right? That no punishment will come to them. I'm sure they said, "All right, let's beat her ass and let's go back to school tomorrow and have a great ass day." They're not thinking about the consequences of their actions. They parents are not thinking about the consequences of their actions. That's why it's so important that you have to talk to your children. What you do today will affect you later. When you wondering why you still got a McDonald's hat on and you 45, 49 years old and shit like that, right? Because you can't get a job with a security clearance or, some other salary paying job or whatever, right? You have to think about, what did I do when I was a child? What did I do in my early stages of life? These type of things come with consequences, right? And it will follow them, you know? So these middle schools, because they cannot regulate their emotions, they get angry fast. They follow the crowd, especially if they ain't getting no attention at home. They don't think about jail. They don't think about injuries, and they don't think about consequences. This lady is a sickle cell, I don't know if you call it donor, but she has an illness. This literally could have ended her life or even her child life. People don't be thinking about shit like that. If your head hit the ground, your intentions may not be to harm someone, right? But how many times have we heard something like this happening? I just pushed her and she hit her head and now she's gone or he's gone. Something like this could have happened. This could have been very bad. They don't think about the injuries. And if something like this happened to their mama or their sister, right, or their loved one, they'll be sick to their stomach. They don't think about things like that. Okay. They act out on emotions, not logical thinking. Why? Because they're just freaking little kids. They middle age, right? But this does not excuse their behavior. It only explains the psychological mechanism behind it all. This does not say they get a pass because they elevators don't go all the way to the top because they still young, right? And they not thinking about the future. This doesn't excuse them. Mm-mm. What's something else to make these kids act out like this? Peer pressure. Peer pressure, right? These kids, they gang up in groups. One girl swing, and they probably like, "Oh, get a lick in, get a lick in, get a lick in." And if they don't, they ain't considered cool no more. They want to impress the next kid. All right, that's what they want to do. And they want to avoid being targeted themselves. They don't want to look like, "Oh, you just a little scary punk. You ain't getting no swing in." And guess what else they want to do? They want to appear tough. They want to appear tough. The little girl that took the swing that was in the beige pants, I bet you she got all the street creds. Ooh, 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 you whacked her. You hit her good. Right? And then what happens? They record it for clout. So now everybody, I don't know the young girl name, but let's just, I'm gonna call it beige pants, okay? Not everybody saying, "Ooh, don't mess with beige pants. Don't mess with her. She's biggity bad." And that's what they want. They want to appear tough. That's it right there. All right. So let's talk about lack of adult accountability. All right. The young lady already came out here and said her kid has been bullied for 2 years. Now, I don't know if she's went and talked to the school. I will hope that she has, but she said for 2 years, that's a long time for your child to be going through some type of bullying. But it doesn't appear that the school did anything. All right. So lack of adult accountability from the school and also from these kids' parents. These mothers should be embarrassed. These fathers should be embarrassed. These parents should have been up at the school at 8 o'clock with their children. They should have been right there and said, "Give me the bullhorn. Let me talk. One of these kids was mine. And I just want y'all to know I'm handling this accordingly. And if the law needs to step in and do what they have to do, I am all for it." That mother would get so much, that parent not just mother, but the parent would get so much respect, because what that parent will be saying is, I don't teach my kids to be bullies. I don't teach my kids to act like this. I don't teach my kids to put their hands on nobody. Now, we already done seen from cases that we've done here, and we've said out of our own mouth, people need to keep their hands to themselves. But when you don't do anything about your kid keeping their hands to themselves, then guess what happened? They may have to deal with the consequences one day. You have to teach your kids to keep their hands to themselves. They end up being little hell raisers, right? They end up being little bullies and thinking they can get away with shit like this. And then what happens may happen. I'm just going to say that, right? What happens may happen. And then they want to scream and cry because they don't teach their kids to keep their motherfucking hands to themselves and respect people around them. And then the same parent that didn't teach their kids proper training, keep your damn hands to yourself, stop being a damn menace to society. When they don't teach that, they be the main ones that jump in front of a damn news microphone crying about their damn child. All right? This is what happened when you have lack of adult accountability. Shit like this happen, and then they cry later. Again, when Chicago came together and said, we're going to rally at this school tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, those parents, every last one of them should have came out there. Every last one of them parents should have came out there, and they should have been standing right there on that pavement. Do you hear me? Right there on that pavement. And they should have been like, you know what? My kid was involved, but I want y'all to know I don't tolerate this. I do not tolerate it. I don't give a damn how old the mother is, young, old, or whatever. They should have been right there saying, I don't tolerate this. All right. Again, it says why this event likely happened. Well, like I said, the son was already bullied. The mom confronted or defended the son. So when the mother stood in the gap and defended her son, that pissed the little angry birds off, right? The kids was already forming a bullying group. As we saw them, they would all gather together, calling her Lil Shamar, talking about her ankles and things of that nature, right? And also, this was probably likely planned. They probably already decided that they was going to jump the little boy. And sometimes you say, why? Like the mother said, my son don't do anything. He's really nice to people. So why they going to jump him? Child, people jump you sometime for you having a better jacket than them, right? Your hair look better than theirs. You behave better than them. You have a mama and a daddy. You have lunch money. You know what I'm saying? You live in a better neighborhood. Like, it does not matter. Some of these kids get jealous of things that you or that your child have or whatever. It could be a hairstyle. It could be jeans. It could be anything. It could be just because they horrible ass little bastards, right? But I do believe that this was already planned to jump this little boy. They don't just come out one day and say, oh, let's just jump little Bobby or little Robbie. They planned this, and so, mommy just so happened to be there. She already said she crossed the street to get away from them. And they followed her across the street. Okay? And again, like I said, the fact that they was in a group dynamic, it made it feel fun and acceptable. Oh yeah, let's take her down. Let's take her down. They were laughing, giggling and shit or whatever. It was fun to them. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. She said she did say she kept her kids fly and that them kids was dusty and that's why they probably was mad. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying sometimes your kid could just have a better looking jacket on. And as I look at this picture, it looked like one of these little bubble jackets or whatever, So I mean, or a book bag, and they do look dusty. You know what I'm saying? Them other kids do look dusty, you know? Right? But yeah, so she probably kept her kids looking fly. They probably wanted something that the kid had, and that's what they do. And like I said, if they would have got away with this, if it wouldn't have became a national news thing, they would have done it again. They would have became these little thug ass kids that beat up kids with their parent. It would have became a thing for them. but also a lack of authority or supervision. Now, I remember when I was younger, we had a bus stop down the street. Our mama timed us to get home. We didn't have time to just fool around on the bus stop, right? Our parents looked at the damn clock and said, the bus come at this time. Y'all need to be walking through the door at this time, right? So a lot of these kids, as you saw them, they were walking home by themselves. We wasn't allowed to do that. We rode the bus, but we had to go from the bus stop straight to the house. We didn't have time to be lollygagging around and what they call it, pussyfooting around or whatever. We had to get home, right? But you see, this mother went to go walk her kids home. You ain't see no other parent out there. Them parents didn't give a damn. They like, no, get home. Get home however you want to. We ain't seen not one more parent out there walking with their children. She was the only parent that we saw in this video walking with her kids. That may have made them feel away. They mama ain't coming out there and walk them home. Daddy ain't out there walking them home. They all walking in a mob. That also probably made them feel some type of way. They don't have their parents' protection to walk them home from school. So they in this little group dynamic, little bullying circle. Okay. What's the bigger issue here? This is not just about kids being bad. It's about a failed system, failed parenting, failed supervision, failed school intervention, failed conflict mediation, right? And a community environment where violence feels normal. Now, I don't know too much about this school. I don't live in Chicago. Y'all might say Amore is a good school. Y'all might say Amore is a bad school. But for this mother to say that her child been bullied for 2 years and nothing has been done about it, I wouldn't want my child going there. I just tell you that. I would not want my child going to a school where they have to be subjected to bullying for 2 freaking years because mama would have been up there. I would have been a whole Medea, been there, done that. Okay. I would have been a whole Medea. But failed parenting, failed supervision, failed school intervention, and failed conflict mediation, right? And the community where they feel that this is normal. Those kids was laughing. They're used to this shit. A big grown middle-aged child swung on a whole adult, pulled her down to the ground, stomped her. And it wasn't just a little girl, it was boys too. It was middle school boys and girls stomping on this mother. And then they went after the son, pulling him down to the ground and beating his head in the pavement too. These are thugs. These are kids that have seen this type of shit before, may have even engaged in this type of shit before, right? And then, like I said, on social media, they're finding the parents one by one. And guess how the parents are responding? I have not seen not one parent come yet and take responsibility. The parents are saying, get out of my inbox with this shit. You ain't gonna do nothing to me. You ain't gonna do a damn thing to me, right? Why? Because the parents ain't no better than the damn child. The parents are teaching this behavior to these kids, okay? But we can't say that it wasn't warning signs there. The parents, we know our children and we know what our kids are capable of. We know if our kids will get into a whole mob group of other kids and put hands on other children. We know that. You know what type of child you have. You know if your kid is going to try to break up a fight. You know if your kid is going to walk away from a fight. And you know if your kid is going to engage in a fight. Okay? Now, what should happen to these kids? Y'all tell me down below, what do y'all think should happen to the kids, to the parents, and to the school? Tell me down below, what do you think? What should happen to these children? I have a whole slew of things that should happen to them. I want to know what your thoughts. What do you think should happen to these kids that thought it was okay to put hands on an adult, bully, and hit a 9-year-old, all while walking home? She said charges in juvenile. Absolutely. I say more, but that's one. I say more, but it should be mandatory juvenile charges, assault, battery, mob actions. Because you got to understand, they both went to the hospital. The son and the mom went to the hospital. This should not be something swept up under the rug. Hell to the no. Because if it does go swept up under the rug, it will happen again. Now, Glenn said Glenn said corporal punishment, supervision for half the year. Suspension for half the year and juvenile detention. Okay. I have to agree with my big sis. Mandatory juvenile charges. They should be charged with assault, battery, mob action. They should get expended or expelled from the school. I say expelled. This was a gang-related incident, even though they may not be gang affiliated. But when you in a group like this, it should be treated as gang-related, okay? So they should get expelled from the school and let their parents that don't give a fuck figure it out. Let them figure out how they gonna finish the rest of the school year and where. Put them through some problems. Since they kids want to be problems, put them through some problems. And then guess what? Maybe they'll talk to their children and instill better discipline in their kids. Okay. So mandatory juvenile charges, suspension or even expelled from the school. Get your ass out of my district. Court-ordered counseling or anger management for every last one of them little bastards. Juvenile probation, right? Because if you do it again, you're going to get in worse trouble. They should all be on probation. No contact order with the victim whatsoever, right? And they also should be given community service so that they will truly understand the impact of their actions. They should have to do community service in the public for everybody to see. They're doing this because of their actions. Because let me tell you something. If this goes unpunished, if nothing happened to these middle-aged students or their parent, if nothing happens, the behavior will become worse. I'm telling you what I know. If nothing happens, the behavior will become worse. That is why they have to find out. Everybody in this video needs to be identified. And not even just the ones that swung, even the ones that took the video, even the ones that was following up behind them, cheering the shit on. Every last one of those kids, every last one of them should have something happen to them. Now, I do say the assault charges, the battery charges, all that should go toward just the ones that did the swinging, right? The hitting and the putting their hands on them. But all the other ones, the community service and all of that, the suspension, that should be for all of them because they were there as a group. I do believe every last one of them should be held responsible, but the ones that actually threw hands and feet should be the ones that receive the juvenile charges and the probation. But the other ones, at the very minimum, should have community service and should have to go through some type of court-ordered counseling. Because I'm telling you, if nothing happened, this will be a repeat incident. She said if the mother was strong enough to fight back, I guarantee the other parents would have pressed charges on her. Exactly. Thank you for saying that, Pam Pam, because if it would have been one of us, and if we would have took a stick and went across one of them kids' head, the mother would be so damn outraged on here crying for her goddamn badass, bastard ass child. Be out here saying the most, you could have came and got me. Why did you hit my child upside the head? You could have came and got me, right? The mother would have been outraged if this mother would have hit one of them kids back. If this mother would have drugged little khaki pants, right? What do we call her? Beige pants. If she would have drugged beige pants by her hair all through the dirt, right? Scuffed up her damn ankles and shit, her knees, that mother would have been outraged. She would have been the first one on the microphone screaming and yelling that her kid got beat up by an adult. But yet, None of these parents have came forward and said, yes, it was my child. My child is the one that touched this mother that wasn't doing nothing but protecting her kids, nothing but walking her kids home. So the kids, even though that they are minors, they still made a choice and they must face age appropriate legal and school consequences, every last one of them. The parents, when a child repeatedly bullies someone, assaults someone, or participate in group violence, the parent should be legally accountable for negligence. And you know, I do know it was a time when parents were responsible. When your child was under 18 and did something wrong, I don't know if they still do this, but I know it was a time when the parents was held reliable. They was held accountable for what your child did. I do believe that if this has been a repeated thing, if any of those kids has been involved in any type of bullying in the past, the parents should be held legal accountable for negligence. Negligence to supervise your badass child. All right? The parents should be involved in the mandatory counselings with their damn kids. Make them go through anger management as well. Make them complete parenting classes as well. Okay? Now, in the state of Illinois, because this did happen in Chicago, it says the Illinois law can hold parents financially liable for the child's actions. Now, I haven't heard anything yet as far as a lawsuit, and they probably don't have much, but I would definitely file a lawsuit. Let the family figure the shit out. Let these parents figure it out. But yes, all her medical bills, I don't care if she have insurance or not, these parents should have to pay it. They should have to go and pick up extra hours so they can think about teaching their kids how to act properly. And they should be held reliable to pay for her injuries, to pay for her son injuries. And all three of them right there in this photo need counseling. So these parents should have to pay for their counseling as well. They should be held responsible. All right. Children who commit violence usually come from an environment with no structure, no discipline, and no emotional guidance. The responsibility starts where? At home. The responsibility don't start at school. It don't start in your church. It starts at home. We as parents are responsible for instilling discipline into our children. Right from wrong. Keep your hands to yourself. I don't know how many times I could say that. Keep your hands to yourself. It is our responsibility as parents to instill that into our children before we send them out to anywhere. The responsibility starts at home. So the parents should be held responsible. Let's talk about this school for a minute, okay? The school administration. I'm sure the school didn't like the news folks being out there. They had news people out there. They had the police out there guarding it and everything. I'm sure they didn't like that. No school like that type of publicity, right? But if the child had a history of bullying, which it was reported in this case, we heard out her own mouth, she said that my child been going through this for 2 years, then that means the school failed to intervene, right? The school failed to enforce safety at dismissal. Now, they normally have like a guard out there to help the kids cross the street and things of that nature, you know? They normally do. I don't know how far away from the school this incident happened, but they normally have like guards placed here, placed there, whatever. I know they do in good neighborhoods and they say, okay, the kids can cross the street here, the kids can cross the street there. I didn't see any of that. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't. I just said I didn't see it. All right. So they failed to enforce safety at dismissal. Okay. The school ignored the warning signs. If they mobbed up like this and went after a child after the school, I'm sure during school, some of these kids are walking around in these little groups. Okay. The schools are responsible for student safety, proper supervision, and they are responsible to respond to repeated bullying complaints. Now, again, I don't know if this mother complained. She already said she's been sick for 5 weeks, so she may not have. But I would think over 2 years that she's went into the school and said something. Okay, all right. The school is responsible for preventing the escalation of these types of things. And if the school brushed off any complaints, then that means they played a role, which means that they should be held reliable as well. As well. All right. What could these kids be possibly charged with? Now, again, these are middle-aged kids. They're not even, we will never find out the kid's name. Well, not by the news. Now, social media, y'all know how they get down. We may find out the kid's name by social media, but they will not mention the name in the news. Why? Because they protect the youth like that, right? But what are some of the things that they could be charged with? Battery, aggravated battery if injuries, if they were severe, right? Mob action, because this was a gang related incident, even though they may not have no affiliations. The fact that it was done in a group setting is considered mob action. Disorderly conduct and assault. These type of charges could carry on with these kids, right? Can carry them. They can be 30, 40 years old, trying to go get a job, trying to get into some type of program, school, become a doctor, become a lawyer, become something great. And then these juvenile charges will hit them in the face. Now, I do believe, I think if you're a juvenile, I think like once you turn 18 or whatever, they kind of seal your record or something like that. I think. All right. I think that's what they do. But if not, these charges will follow them for a lifetime. And if they don't change their behavior, it only is going to spill over into their adulthood any damn way. Okay. But juvenile court do focus on rehabilitation because they are young, because they don't all have it together right now, because they wasn't thinking about the future and things of that nature, right? But middle-aged kids, these middle-aged kids fighting a whole adult, I'm telling you, if nothing is done, if nothing is done, this will get worse. Absolute worse. Now, again, I'm not sure if the mother is taking legal actions. I'm going to say she should, right? And the daddy came out and spoke too. He was just as outraged, and I would be too. Now, the wrong parent that this could happen to would have handled it a lot different. So it may be a good thing that this mother didn't have the strength. It may be a good thing that she didn't fight back, because it could have turned ugly. This could have been ugly, very much ugly. Look at this little girl. She look as big as the mother. Look at her. She rears her hand back to swing on a mom. And the kids do look decent. I'm looking at her kids, got nice jacket on, nice shoes, nice book bag, right? And then you got this little monster right here trying to swing on somebody. Let me read some of y'all comments. She said the white people of Chicago would not have done this horrible crime to that mother. I can't agree to that, but we see what we watch, but I cannot agree to that. The school probably did contact the parents, but look how they responded when someone did say something. And that's what I'm saying. I did see comments where she's like, "Oh, come pull up on me. You don't want nothing. What did she say? I'm gonna do to you." Did she say I'm gonna spread you or something like that? She said, "I'm more check your inbox." It was a statement made from the security guard. He's upset. All right, hold on. Let me check my inbox right quick. So it was a security guard out there. Hold on. Because I damn sure didn't see no security guard, but let me check. Let me see. Hold on. I don't uh I don't see no message from you. Hold on. You said check my inbox? Hold on. Oh, is this verified? All right, hold on. Let me bring it up for forward. I don't know how verified this is, but I'm gonna read it and just go from there. Where'd you get this information from? I don't know how verified this is, but let's put it up. I hope it's verified. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all I don't know how verified this is. Yeah, I know some people like to just jump on bandwagons, but let's read it, okay? Is a post from Kenneth Griffin. It says, when I started the meeting, I told everyone this is an intimate space, and out of respect for the family and the kids, do not record or go live while we are in this meeting. A certain person decided his clout was bigger than the trauma that the family and kids had just experienced and went live anyway, showing the faces of the mother and her kids along with other people who were there. I'm going to say this respectfully because I don't believe in giving clout to certain people. I'm not going to say his name. Just go find one on the Facebook Live with me literally saying no recording. I haven't arrested anyone in probably over a year. I don't care if we cool buddies or associates. I will personally take you in if I find out you are back on the school property causing disruptions. I will sacrifice any sense of being cool with you if it means protecting the innocence of victims. Oh, okay, so it must be that's why he took that video down, that guy. Because when I went to the guy page, because he had a video up and of them at the school, and he must have removed it. So he must be talking about this Ombre Anderson guy. So he must be talking about this guy because he did have a video up right before I came on because I wanted to show it to y'all. And now the video is gone. So let's put it up right quick. She said, yeah, that's why. Oh, so he took the video down. And the video was 2 hours. I wasn't going to show the whole 2 hours anyway. So this fellow right here, you guys, is, well, of course, this is the girl, the lady that it happened to. And this is the kid's father. Now, I don't know if this is the son father or the female father, but this is one of the kids' fathers. I want to say it might be the son father because he was, feeling away about his son being attacked. Okay. Well, his child being attacked. So I'm just going to say it must be the son father. I'm not sure. Yeah, so it was a video and they must have took it down on this page because it was a 2 hour video and I don't see it no more. So it must have came down, but he was recording the different events of what was happening. So this is the guy that he must have told, this, I don't know. I guess he's trying to say he want clout or something. She said, yeah, Dreadhead Cowboy. Oh, that's what his name is, Dreadhead Cowboy. Oh, all right. So I don't know him. I just saw it on his page and I saw that he was keeping up with a lot of the information. She said, oh, he must be talking about that guy with the dreads. Yeah. Yeah, he did have a video up. Now, this right here came from, y'all know I'll be knowing all these rappers' names and stuff or whatever, but it's Lil Zayo Sama or whatever. I don't know, but no, I don't know who this is, but he look like a rapper. But he says, can somebody tag the family and let them know that I'm looking for him? I saw that video of the mom and her kids getting jumped. As a dad with kids that age, that hit different. That ain't Chicago. I need that young man in the video to know that what happened to him and his mom ain't normal. To whoever that kid is, me and my foundation got Christmas money for you. I want to fly you and your family to LA for a weekend, take y'all to dinner, and show you that you got real support. You deserve better. I've seen crazy stuff in this city, but I don't want you to think that's all there is. We got your back. This is bigger than me. This is a call to action for the whole city. This was a devastating event. I'm starting it off by donating so he can shop for his mom and himself. Okay. Now, I think this might be some rapper or whatever. She said a Chicago rapper. Okay. So, Chicago rapper then stood up and wants to fly the young fella and his mother to Chicago for a weekend of fun in the sun and just to to know that this is not a normal thing. She said, read my message. Where is it at, Deidre? Let me see. You may have to write it again, Deidre. Oh, here you go. Amor, I just saw online that the community moved her out of her place today. They moved who out of their place today? The mother? Well, that's good. They put her in a better place. Hopefully. They moved her out. Was she in a bad area or something? Like, I don't really know this part of Chicago or whatever. I don't know if that's a bad area. Miss Fee, is that considered a bad area? She said things is kids been doing this. They just filmed it this time. Yeah. Oh, so the same kids been doing it or just different kids, Miss Fee? They moved her out of the neighborhood today. Okay, that's good. That's a blessing. It is. That's definitely good. Yeah, because they probably would have tried to target her again. You know, she said the boy stayed near the same apartment complex area. Oh, so that's they rallied together. Now I'm gonna tell you. Now the video that he did take down, it did show camaraderie. Those people stepped. Chicago, y'all showed out today. Y'all did. Y'all stepped up to the plate. Y'all moved in quickly, and y'all wasn't having it. Even before the video was removed, it was people up there saying, yeah, we want justice, and yeah, no, we want the parents held accountable. They was literally asking for the parents. They were literally looking for the mama and the daddies of these children. They were definitely outraged, okay? Definitely outraged for what occurred yesterday with this mother. She said, I swear I'm proud of my city. Yeah, your city definitely stepped up. Definitely stepped up. They was not playing that bullshit. You hear me? They definitely stepped up. Oh, thank you so much, Rita. She said, great live more. You can talk about any subject. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate that. I do. I do. Yes, the city of Chicago. Let me tell you something. A matter of fact, one lady said it on TikTok. She said, I'm so goddamn proud of my city. Let's see if I can get to that one right quick. She said, I'm so proud. Hold on. Let me put it on mute while I find it. Hold on one second. She said, I'm so proud of my city today. Now, it got a lot of cussing in it, but she said what she said. This one right here. She said, hold on, let's hear this one. She was so passionate about it. I think she moved out of Chicago, and she said this made her want to move back to Chicago. How y'all came forward today, baby. She said, y'all came forward. She said, is the mother pregnant? No, the lady came out and said she was not pregnant. But y'all take a listen to this. Oh, hold on. Let's take it off mute.
I love Chicago so.
Is from Chicago, but she no longer lives there. She said Chicago came out and showed out. They said they was gonna be there at 8 o'clock, and they was there at 8 o'clock. And she said they came with their MF and belts. Okay, yeah, she was mad. She said they came. Some of the mothers came up there with their belts. Okay, came up there with their belts. Yeah, she big mad. She mad. She said she wished she still lived in Chicago. Now, one thing she got it wrong. The lady did look a little pregnant, but she did say in the hospital that she is not pregnant. So she's not pregnant. But she does have sickle cell, right? And she's dealing with a sickle cell crisis right now. She said, Amor, did you see them walking home DEP, walking home deep? Are you saying walking home deep? Did you see them walking home DEP? What does that mean? Like the kids? What do you mean? She said, I pray she gets through her current illness, sickle cell episodes. It is so dangerous. Yes, I pray she does too. She said they opened a blessing for her. Yes, if they moved her out of that neighborhood, yes, so she don't have to deal with that. Put her in a district where she don't have to, oh, Jesus, I hate to say this. My people, my people. She said, I feel this. I was definitely ready to hop in my car and be on that with them raggedy ass kids. Yeah, Camille. I when I seen it, my heart, my whole soul dropped. Everything just started rushing through my head, like what I would have done. Cause I was like, damn, I would have been in jail for a whole weekend fucking with them kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I probably would have swung on one of them little children, or two or three or four of them. You know what I'm saying? They probably would have beat my ass, but some of them would have got hit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would have. Someone would have got hit. She said, all our people calling for the National Guard are a disgrace. Well, always looking for others to fix our issues. No, get your asses in the community. Take it back, period. Yeah, that's true. I do believe that more people need to get in the community. And with that even said, I was even thinking myself, I was like, you know what? I could be a voice in the community for real, right? Like I was literally thinking about that. Like, man, I should become a like an advocate of the community. You know, I have been seriously thinking about it. You know, I never really got involved in this type of stuff. I always kind of stayed in the suburbs and out of the way. But I'm like, damn, you know. I mean, I ain't from Houston, but I'm sure Houston got their own set of problems just like this, you know. But this young lady says she from Chicago, but she moved away from Chicago. But she said she was so proud of people in Chicago today because, baby, when I tell you, I wish I could show y'all. Let me see if I can show y'all a video of them out there because, baby, they was out there. Oh, here goes some of them. Let me see about this one. Hold on. Watching the video. Watching the video. As a parent, knowing that my kid has to grow up in a city like this is not. I didn't feel right. And then she come protect her kid. The lady was sick with no. So this is just one mother talking. It says Chicago rapper Mino, God's child mother Nisha, among others, are upset. Families and community members gathered at the Chicago. Oh shoot, let me go back to it. Gathered at the Chicago elementary school, they are demanding the kids that attacked the mother and her two kids to be held accountable. So they are demanding that the school hold them accountable. Oh yeah, so here's one. Here's some of the footage of the mom. They from all states, baby. They here to support us here, baby. For real. We here for you, baby. We got you, baby. Scoot up right there. The mother is still out there. Look like she just got out of the hospital. She still have on slippers, y'all. She out there in this cold weather with slippers on, you know? Let us speak. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate you. She does look frail. She looks frail, and let me just fast forward to where she actually started talking because they was yelling a lot.
For everybody that came out here. Justice and Justice.
This is how we come together.
Yes.
You can't hardly hear her because you know everybody want the mic or whatever the case may be, so she didn't really get to say much.
Blessings, my bro. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it was more the community talking. She didn't get to say much.
Did y'all? Very. Oh, okay, Nick.
Let me tell you this. I just saw that video of the lady who was walking her kids home from school. Her two kids, mind you, she's pregnant too. And they
See, she's
Charges
not
would
pregnant.
be pressed. Now, had that lady put hands and feet on them kids, y'all would say she was wrong, huh? And some of y'all
Exactly.
even saying, well, why didn't you fight for your kids? She couldn't. The kids was pounding the lady down to the ground, stomping her out. On top of that, they was dragging her son, snatching him down by his coat hoodie, dragging him by his book bag, even pulled the little girl hair out. What did y'all think she was gonna be able to do with
See, I did not know they pulled a little girl hair. Good Lord. I don't know if that's verifiable information, but pulled a little girl hair? Damn.
all those kids ganging on her? And this lady is battling a sickness, and it's given that she's very weak. She couldn't fight off them kids if she.
Oh, let me read this. It says, I am so drained. Wait a minute. I am so drained and emotional. I had to watch my son get slammed to the ground while they were banging my son's head into the concrete. He was trying to get to me because I was getting jumped. He was terrified, and so was my daughter. And the little boy pulled my youngest baby hair. She was hollering and crying. Do y'all know I was so hurt I couldn't get to my kids? I feel like I failed my kids, but I also didn't want to put my hands on a minor. It's definitely a law, y'all. I'm sitting here crying. I can still hear the cries of my kids saying, "Mommy, help me. I'm hurt. I'm scared." My kids did not want to go home. My mama had to come get them. Yo, I'm so hurt. And for all you people on this app claiming I was scary and bogus for not helping my kids, how could I when they had me on the ground stumping me out? And then they involved my daughter. A 12-year-old boy pulled my 6-year-old daughter hair. No, I am not okay. I'm torn. A 12-year-old boy pulled my daughter. She said a 12-year-old boy pulled my daughter's hair. A 12-year-old boy.
To the ground. So this what y'all.
He old enough to face some damn juvenile charges. The hell? He old enough to face some juvenile charges. 12-year-old boy pulled her daughter's hair. Make that make any sense? Make that make any type of sense? A 12-year-old boy. Now, if somebody come by and do something to that little boy, look at her. She's holding her son is hugging her. She's holding on to her son, but she trying to protect, you know? She did what she could. And see, they stopped it. But they drug her to the ground. More people start, trying to tag her. That's crazy, yo. Mm, So everybody named Mama talking about it today. And that's why I said she looked pregnant, but she wasn't pregnant. It just maybe she just, had some bloating going on or whatever the case may be. She said, I cried when I read that. Yes, Miss Fee, that's crazy. She said these kids are going to be traumatized, and they are, and that's why I feel like the parents should have to pay for these kids counseling. But I'm glad they moved her out of the neighborhood. Let them little thugs stay in that damn neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? Let them stay over there and deal with that bullshit, you know? She said one of the mamas made a Facebook post. I just texted to you. Oh Lord, one of the mamas, let's see. All right, let's see what the mama had the nerve to say. Let's put it up, baby. Oh, okay. All right, mama, come through. Do what you supposed to do, mama. Do what you supposed to do. Do what you supposed to do, mama. That's what you supposed to do. Hold on. One of the mamas got sense. She said, just know. Her name is Tisha Stevenson. She said, just know I apologize for my son's actions and I know he was wrong and I put BTA. By the way, what BTA stands for? BTA, because I don't play with, belt to ass. Okay, my bad. Let me start over, y'all. Y'all know these acronyms, honey. I'm 53, y'all. Oh, she said, just know I apologize for my son's actions and I know he was wrong and I put belt to ass because I don't play with my kids. Everybody has made mistakes as a kid, and I'm not the perfect parent, but I'm a trying parent that shows up every day. I can't control what I can't see. Once again, I apologize. All right. Hat goes out to this mother because that's exactly what I would do. She said it's a hostile apology. I don't think it's a hostile apology. She said she put belt to ass to him. Okay. So I feel like she should apologize and he still should be held accountable. I still should take him down there and ask the police what you want to do because I would make my son point out every last one of them kids I make my son who else was with you? He'd be the damn snitch. You hear me? Who else was with you? She said I sent you more videos. Okay. Who else was with you? He'll have to be the damn snitch. All right, let me see what you sent me. Ooh, girl, child, you sent me a hell of a lot of stuff. Can I play this? Let me see. Oh, so you must have got that video that was taken down. Ooh, look how Chicago showed up. She said, when you say a hostile apology, what do you mean? You don't think she mean it? This one right here says Chicago Elementary School. Baby, they was out there, that damn elementary school. They yelling whoop they ass out there. You hear me? They cold. Some people got blankets wrapped around them and shit. Leg warmers on. They saying whoop they ass. Okay. They want these kids whooped in front of the whole damn school. It looked like. You got people in the comments hollering, whoop they ass too. You hear me? Everybody want these kids ass whoop, baby.
They keep kicking her off the steps. I'm like, what the fuck? Gotta bring her back up here.
Some people in the comments saying, hold these parents accountable, jail. I said what I said, okay? Yeah, it looked like Chicago want to see some ass whooping today. All right. Now, this is front of an elementary school at 0800 in the morning. They did not come to play. It said Chicago gathered at a school today for the mothers who was attacked. They are not playing, baby. They got their phones out. They looking for the mamas. Some of them got belts. Some of them got blankets. Some of them got leg warmers. They are not playing today. Okay. So some of them had to take off for work because if it's 8 o'clock in the morning, I know some of them had to go to work on this great Tuesday. Hold on. Let me see what other footage that you sent me, baby. They are not playing. They said whoop to ass. Now I know what BTA mean. Belt to ass. Okay. Belt to ass. She said she did belt to ass. All right, let's do this one. It looked like, I don't know if this the police or the National, let me see. It can't be the National Guard because the National Guard would not have this on. Let's see what the police talking about, honey. They had the whole police. They cold too. Look at them.
Chicago Police Department who is protecting the entranceway to the school due to protesters who had arrived out here out front of the school. So right now, you have news media, you have people from the community, relatives of the victim. People are speaking.
All right, it says police are now stationed at the entrance of Orville T. Bright School in Chicago after a crowd gathered demanding accountability from the students who brutally attacked a pregnant mother and her children yesterday. Watch how this story will get buried because it doesn't fit the media's narrative and because Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is too busy champion foreign illegal immigrants instead of protecting his own residents. Ooh, honey, they done made it political, baby.
About bullying in the school system in Chicago public schools. So, this happened at Orville Bright Elementary School.
Now, this is a shame that they had to bring all these damn cops out to guard a elementary school. Now, this ain't nothing normal. You hear me? This is not normal for all these cops to have to guard an elementary school because this is just how outraged these parents were after watching that damn video. You hear me?
And this is a school that I have taught at multiple times, a substitute teacher for CPS. And I am aware, these kids are big and strong. This woman was very small and, she didn't stand a chance against all of those kids who ganged up on her and her children and hurt them. And it's ridiculous. And people are standing up and we're speaking out against this violence in our community. We want to protect every person, every child, everybody in our community. We can't do that.
So the person that's speaking is a substitute teacher, and she says she has substituted at this school for a while. She said, the more I'm locked in from now on, I know that accent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you so very much. I do, I do. Y'all, this is absolutely insane. So she said she didn't substitute it at this school before. All right. Let's see what else you sent me, baby, because you sent me quite a few, honey. Let me see what this other one is. So we got the police, we got this. All right, let's look at this one right here, honey. Let's see what's going on this one, child. Ooh, what happened? Let me see. Oh, I think, is it the same? Hold on. No, that one is the same. Yeah, no, that one's the same. Let me see this one. Thank you, Sipping Labs. She's like, I'm trying to, this one's just a shout out to Chicago. Let me see. Let's pull it up. Hold on, y'all.
Jumped or bullied by.
It was irregular.
I was so angry to see that Chicago mom and her kids got jumped or bullied by that group of badass devils. But some good came out of it, y'all. The whole Chicago came together, and now this mom and her babies is moving from an apartment to a house.
Oh.
So he literally came together.
Wait a fucking minute. Wait a minute. They got her a house? Damn. So they moved her from an apartment to a house? Whoa.
Girl a U-Haul, got this girl a house, and now she is moving. The beauty in all of this is amazing. Not only that, little Zayo is trying to get in touch with the family. So if you have any
And a
connection
car?
with the family, please let them know. Like little Zayo trying
Damn.
to get in
Nice.
touch with them. He wants to fly them out to Los Angeles. He wants to take the little boy and the family shopping for Christmas and take them out for dinner. And this man right here with the locks, y'all, he is responsible for getting this woman and her family the resources that they need to make all of this happen. Like, y'all, when I say the whole Chicago came together for this woman, and it is so beautiful. Now, this I love. I was so angry to
Y'all, now this right here this is news to hear. You hear me? This is what it's all about, okay? They moved. Now I heard y'all say they moved her out, but baby, they took her from an apartment to a house. Baby, what? What? Now you can't tell me. Listen, God came through for her. They moved her out of that apartment into a house. She getting out of that community, baby. Now her kids will be safe because she wrote in that letter that her kids didn't even want to come home. They were scared to go home. So now, and they probably have never lived in a house before. Now y'all know I'm just speculating or whatever. But now they done moved out of an apartment into a house. Y'all see this? Something did come out of this. Chicago rallied together. They ain't playing. They did not play. They came forward for this young lady and her kids. Mm. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to drink me some water. But this does warm my heart right here that they were able to put this young lady, 33 years old. She just 33. This young, did I say 33 or 36? Let me see. What did I say earlier? It's either 33 or 36. Let me check again. I want to say I said 33-year-old. Hold on. Yeah, 33 years old. 33 years old. And her 9-year-old son and her daughter will now be living in a home, baby. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. Now, I love that. Absolutely. That's some good news right there, baby. Look at God. Y'all better stop playing. Let me see what else you sent me. That was some good news right there. Good news. And somebody said they bought her a car too. Now she could drive her kids home. I'm so proud of Chicago. Y'all, you know I'm from there, but I ain't been there for a long time. I moved away when I was 10. But y'all, I'm so proud of Chicago. They came together. Okay, let me check this one out right here. Okay, I did that one already. They came together. They are not playing. That's how you do. That's community right there. Oh, okay. All right, Tammy. Look at Tammy. Okay, baby. Tammy with the news. Tammy with the news. Tamika. Yeah. Okay. This is what the damn U-Haul, I mean the Smith moving truck was for. They like, come on, get your shit up out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Get your stuff. Let's go. Get all of it. Let's go. They moved all her stuff in this truck and said, say bye to this neighborhood. Come on, let's go. Let's go on and get you up out of here. Let's go on and get you a car. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. She said, I moved from Chicago in 2015. You did. Well, they moved her into a house. So I am definitely, she said they snapped, she packed and moved out already. So somebody said they snapped, she packed up and moved out already. And the thing about it is, she probably didn't even have to do none of it. She probably sat back. She said, if anybody need a ride to school, I got enough room. Oh, she probably sat back and they did everything. And they did everything for her while she protect her kids. You know what I'm saying? And assured them that they was gonna be okay. I love this. So something good did come out of the deal. Hate that she had to go through any of that, right? And I still believe that her kids need counseling, you know. But I'm glad that she's okay, and I'm glad her kids are okay, you know. She said, Candy, not just black folks, everybody need to just learn how to treat each other. That's true. Everybody need to learn how to treat each other and keep their hands to themselves for real. Now, y'all, I'm big on that. I'm big on teach your kids to keep their hands to themselves. Now, and I'm not trying to make this no argument thing over here, but a lot of people are not here today because they didn't learn that one lesson. That's something that your mama, your parents teach you at 2 years old. They pop your hand and say, no hitting. Stop it. Put your hand down. Don't you hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lesson learned that we learn at a very early age to keep your hands to yourself. And we need to push that more. We absolutely need to push that more. Exactly. Counseling is a real resource. Yes, I do believe, and I do believe that the parents, even though the lady did come and apologize on behalf of her son, she should do a little bit more and say, Mama, how much do I need to pay for your kids' 6 weeks of counseling? And I ain't saying this mother should be the only one held responsible because we saw a lot of little kids out there doing this. We've seen a lot of little kids out there doing this. But I think Tisha Stevenson coming forward and giving an apology like this, I think it's big. I know some of y'all said that, y'all don't think that, it's legit and whatnot, but I do think it's legit. She said, I sent you a clip from the Boo too. Okay, hold on. I do think it's legit because the reason why I say that is because she put herself in the line of fire. It's not like people not gonna find out who she is. She put herself in the line of fire. So I actually do think that it's pretty good that she came forward and apologized. Okay, so wait a minute. Trey made a statement. Let's pull it up. Hold on. Y'all know Trey is sometime he comes on Real Talk Mondays and he puts it on the floor with us. We did call it Messy Monday, but we changed it. So he got something to say too. So she sent me this, and let's listen to what Trey got to say. Hold on.
Chicago got beat up. I did not see a single white person in sight. All I seen were kids that look like me, different shades of brown. How are we going to continue to blame the white man for activity like this? That's what I want to know. We understand about racial disparities, systematic oppression, all of the above. I got that because somebody is going to make that excuse for this particular situation. This right here is a product of kids with no home training.
That's true.
Charity starts in the home.
That's true.
Listen, nobody outside of your home should be more influential on your children than yourself. When
That's
my kids
true.
are outside of my presence, guess what? They should represent my last name. They should represent me. When I was younger, I didn't want to get in trouble because I understood if a phone call back home, you already know I don't want to go home.
That's right.
Period. This is what I'm saying. How should these young kids be punished? That's my question to the community, to the world. How should these young kids be punished? Because we already know the way the school system is set up, all they're gonna do is pat them. That's all they're gonna do. They're just gonna pat them kids. There's not gonna be any real repercussions. In my opinion, they need to lock up the parents for 30 days, at least minimum. Lock up every child that touched that one, lock their parents up for 30 days, and see if that give them a reality check on how to discipline and teach their kids some goddamn basic, common sense home training. All right, when this lady in Chicago got beat up, I did not see a single white.
All right, so y'all, I agree with him. I agree that parenting starts at home, right? Discipline with your children starts at home, right? And if this is not dealt with accordingly, it will happen again. So I do believe it should be more than just a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that real consequences should come with this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I say lock the parents up for 30 days, but I definitely feel like they should have to be in the system some type of way. These kids definitely need to know what they did was wrong, but I do say mandatory counseling for these parents. You know what I'm saying? Definitely mandatory counseling for these parents, but I do also feel like the parents should do community service right there with their damn child. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel that, but I also feel like they should be expelled from the school so the parents can actually feel the heat. Go and figure out where your kids gonna go to school since they want to be unruly at this school, right? Let them figure out what they're gonna do, or either homeschool their kids, home train their kids, or whatever the case may be. Now, I don't know about lock the kids up for 30 days because now you got the system trying to take care of other kids that they probably can't even take care of, the kids that's already need taken care of now. So I don't necessarily say lock the parents up because I'm sure the parents got other children. But I will say that real consequences should come with these kids. All right. I mean, with these parents. Hold on. What are you giving me? Let me see. Okay, you said the same school. What is this? You sent me something. Okay, hold on. Let me just make sure. Oh, wait a minute. This shit didn't happen before. Hold on. Damn. Wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh my God. Wait a minute, that don't even look like a kid they chasing. That look like a whole an older person, like you know, like maybe in his 20s or something. I come out the grass, bro. Fuck the grass. Come out the grass, bro. Fuck that shit. Come out the grass. Oh my God. Oh my God. What in the heck am I watching? What in the heck am I watching? What is this? What the freak is this? Somebody said same school. What am I watching? What am I watching? They over here checking the man pockets, trying to take something out of his pockets. So these little thugs is robbing him as well. Oh. I can't even watch this no more. I can't even watch this. I can't even watch this. I can't even watch this. I cannot even watch this. I cannot even watch this. I cannot even watch this, y'all. Hell to the no. I cannot even watch this. Woo, Jesus. I can't even watch this. Look how they left him. Look at this. And it says, now you sleep. She said a lady posted and said they did the same thing to her son. Oh my God, y'all. I can't even watch this. Y'all. Oh my goodness. Why did I just watch that? Whoo, Jesus. What is wrong with the this is the kids of our future? Ooh, they need to bring beaten ass back. And y'all know I don't even do that. I don't even whoop I don't even have kids. My kids grown as hell, but y'all know I told y'all I don't believe in the whooping the kids, but my kids ain't like this. My kids never been like this. You know, this is crazy, yo. I can't even unsee what I just seen. I just want y'all to see just the beginning of this video when this man, he looks like a whole man when he's running from these kids. Look at him running. Look at this. He's running from a group of kids. Of kids. This is crazy. So you walking down the street and see, and these mothers would be mad if something happened. If this dude would have swung on at least 5 of these freaking kids, right? He would be in jail. He would get in trouble. He would have charges. This is the same school. This is on this is the Dreadhead Cowboy page. So he's showing this and he said the same school. Mm. Y'all, I can't even unsee this. All I can say is Chicago need prayer. It looked like he live and he crying. Hold on.
About when she was calling you 2 years ago, complaining about this shit. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Where the fuck you was at then? Where the fuck you was at then? when his mother told you about this same little kid bullying on her kid, and we're not, how many other bullies came out? These same kids bullying on other kids. But y'all ain't talking about that. Y'all ain't talking about that because it ain't hit the net. It ain't go viral yet. But guess what? I'm gonna make it go viral. I'm gonna make it go viral. I'm gonna show y'all this. The same school, but they not talking about it. The same school.
Mm. Mm. Same thing we just saw. And they literally yelling, bust his ass, bust his ass. They literally yelling, bust his ass, bust his ass. These little thugs. Man, you know what? All I can say is I'm glad they moved that mother out. And you know what? I don't even want to see this no more. But I will say this. I don't want to see that anymore. But I hope that they hold the school responsible because now it looks like this is a thing. This ain't just no one-time incident. This is a thing. These kids need to be expelled. You know what I'm saying? She said sounds like a gang. It does sound like a gang. It absolutely sounds like a gang. I'm going to drop the link for anybody that want to come up and speak on this. If you have been through something like this before, experienced it, your child have experienced it, I can't say that I have ever experienced this, you know. She said, check your inbox. All right, hold on. Let me see. I've never experienced anything like this. But if I did, oh, I don't see it. Oh, you asking somebody else to check the inbox. I've never experienced anything like this, but if I did, I definitely wouldn't sleep on this. She said this stuff happened every day all over the world. With little kids doing this, she said the mother that posted name is Carolyn Adams. Mm. I hope her kids don't have to go back to that school. I hope they don't either. I pray that they don't have to go back to that school. I don't think they will. She said, "Where's the daddy at?" The daddy was actually standing beside the mom. That was the daddy that was in the black. She said, "The sad thing is, there's a problem. More kids being targeted." She said, "The sad thing is, there are probably more kids being targeted." What do you mean, more kids? Oh, more kids than adults? You're saying? Oh, yeah. Are you saying more kids like just walking and minding their own business? She said, I don't think it's sent now. I got to find it again, sip and laugh. She says, no, they not going back. Good. Good. At this point, I would probably try to get my child some damn homeschool for a minute or two and then probably send them back to another school, you know? Um, I guess he's talking to the cop who made the post. Yeah, he is. I think he's outraged with the cop. She said this stuff happens every day. Yep, I read that. I don't blame the parents because mine would never. Oh, she said, I do blame the parents. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do think that the parents are responsible. The dad was at work. Yes, I blame the parents to be honest because what the F? That's true. The lack of respect these kids have is disturbing, very disturbing. Absolutely disturbing. They have no respect for themselves, adults, their elders, human other, decency. They have no respect. These kids are not even being raised to be respectful. Calling adults names, we weren't allowed to do that as kids. If we called adult names as kids, we got punished. We got in trouble. You didn't do that. You don't pick on adults. You respect your elders. We were always taught that. This new age stuff where these kids is just cussing out adults. No, that wasn't allowed when I was growing up. Absolutely not. She said, I never went through this, but my son got in school suspension because he was protecting a kid that others were bullying because he smelled and didn't have clothes like them. That's crazy. She said, yeah, that hurts. It's sad. It is. These kids are menaces to society and have no fear of life. And then when they're taught lessons, guess what they're going to want to do? They're going to want to go protest. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to be out mad, marching the streets, holding up signs. You understand what I'm saying? They turning these people into little monsters, and then they want people to feel sorry for these little monsters. Why should we feel sorry for little monsters when you let them be little monsters? You allowed them to be little monsters. So now, why are you worried or mad and want to get the attention of everybody else because you raised a little monster? Right? I be at the football game, kids be cussing, I don't say a word. See, and Carmelita, I wasn't that type of parent. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but when my kids was going to school and I heard a little kid cuss, I used to say, "Watch your mouth, clean up your mouth, cut that out. Where your mama at?" I used to talk to them kids the same way I talked to mine. I think I might be a little older than you though, Carmelita, because you might not be able to do that now, right? But I used to tell them little kids, "Straighten your little butt up. Where your mama at? Come here. Tell me which one is your mama." I would say that to those kids. Why did I do that? Because it was done to me. Other people, parents, used to police up us when we were little. So when I got on my kids for doing something and they were around other kids, I did the same thing. Where your mama at? Come here. Don't you be talking like that, you know? And they say, "Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am." She said, "The more I fought with mine and went to jail, I felt with the little girl for yes, I was tired." Oh, you fought with the little girl? Oh, nah. I feel you, but yeah, you end up in jail. She said it's also the environment where you live. A lot of kids join in this behavior because if they don't, they now target. Yep. They want to be in the in crowd. They want to feel accepted. They want to feel cool. Yes, they want to feel tough. And they do it so that, like you said, they won't become a target. They won't be getting bullied. So they join the mob gang. She said, "I just chastised a group of kids for cursing around me, and they came up to me and apologized. Had to be about 7 to 10 year olds. I don't tolerate disrespect." Yep. Glenn said, "Sometimes these kids are coming from broken homes with drug addicted parents, poverty, etc. Is no excuse, but a lot of kids bullying or being battered at home." Yes, and I understand that. And I do believe it starts at home. I believe these kids are seeing this type of behavior at home, which means it starts with the parents. It starts with the parents. And I said this earlier that they used to have it to where parents are responsible for their kids' behavior. Maybe they should bring that back. If they bring that back, guess what happens? We start policing up our children. We start making sure our kids are well behaved when they leave that door. Why? Because we're going to be responsible for their actions. When parents are held responsible for their kids' actions, they pay more attention to their children actions. So maybe they do need to implement a law that says you will be held responsible for your children's actions. If your kid go out here and cut the food, guess who's going to come back on? You. We'll have more conversations with our children. We'll sit down with them and ask them what's going on throughout their day. We'll monitor what they're watching on social media and on TV and on video games. She said some of these parents are scared of their own kids. See, I never got down with that, honey. I got nieces and nephews that were scared of me. And I didn't want them to be scared of me. But I'm not even gonna say scared. I just say they respected me because they didn't treat me like they treated their parents. My sisters. They knew I had a little touch of crazy. Had went to the military, child. They had respect for me. Yes, auntie. No, auntie. I told y'all. And it started with the talking. I told y'all they used to try to do that little short talk with me with them abbreviations and stuff. Talk to me with full sentences. I don't understand what you saying. You texting me all these abbreviations and I'm supposed to be able to read it. I said, don't talk to me that way. I don't know what you saying and I'm not trying to figure it out. This ain't no Morse code. Speak English. So my nieces and nephews knew they couldn't bruh me and all that stuff like they do their own mama, bruh. Come on, man. No, they couldn't talk to me that way. I didn't understand that language. See, when you start letting your kids do that, they think they on your level. My kids never thought they was on my level. My kids is 34 and one about to be 24 in a matter of days, and they ain't never thought they was on my level because they are not. She said, I ain't scared of nothing I birthed. Even at 22, my son know what's up. Exactly. I can't. These kids that scared of their parents is because they allowed that shit to get that way. They allowed that. You got to nip that in the bud. And that's not nipping in the bud like beating them and stuff like that. No, you talk to your kids. You talk to your kids. She said, read my comment. Let me see, Dry Bob. Where you at, honey? She said, my mother always told me, go to school, learn, don't get in trouble, and I better be kind to others because she brought me in this world and she would take me out. I feared my mom, so I didn't treat people bad. And it may not even that you feared her, you respected her. It's a difference in fearing your parents and respecting your parents. I feel like my kids respected me. I feel like my nieces and nephews respected me. They wasn't scared. They did think I had a little touch of crazy, but I think it's I think it was more respect than anything because as adults, they still respect me. They still respect me. She said, I think I found the 2 hour live you was talking about earlier. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna show the 2 hour live, but thank you, baby. She said we got mom calling their parents daddy, and we got parents calling little mamas and boys poppy and papa. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I'm so glad I did not raise my kids in environments where they had to be subjected to this type of behavior. And this behavior, Amor, is definitely learned in their encounters. Yes. These, I hate to even bring this up because I don't want to start no tension, but when we saw that video, let me just say it like this. When kids see violence from their parents, no matter who the violence is toward, whether it's toward another friend, family member, baby daddy, whatever the case may be, when they see that type of stuff, they saying, if my mama can do it, I can do it. Mama did it, daddy did it. It's okay for them to do it. Why can't I do it? You understand what I'm trying to say? That's how shit like this gets started because we show them that. That's why I don't do with the being with a man that hit on me and stuff like that because then what are you teaching your kids? It's okay for you to get hit on or even hit on someone. You teaching them that. You teaching them that it's normal. This behavior is normal and it's not. It's not normal. I thank God that, like Dakota said, I did not subject my kids to this type of environment. Now I know everybody can't help that, right? Because I can't. When I say help that, I mean some people cannot help where they live, right? You have to live where you can afford to live. But guess what? Just because, and I know this to be a fact because my niece grew up. If you from Atlanta, you know where Riverdale is at. Raise your hand if you know where Riverdale is at. My niece was raised in Riverdale, and she is not the product of her environment. She's never, she don't have no charges. She received the Bill Gates Millennium Scholarship, if you know what I'm talking about, right? Where they cover all her tuition, all her schooling, right? She received the scholarship, the Bill Gates scholarship, living in the projects in Riverdale. So just because you're in that environment, do not mean that you're going to turn out like that. Your parent can still raise you and teach you right from wrong, even in a bad environment. They can still teach you right from wrong, or you can even be in a good environment and turn out to be a whole monster. So it's not always the environment around you, it's the environment in your home. What are you being taught at home? What is being instilled in you at home? When I went to school, I saw kids smoking, trying weed and stuff. I was offered weed at 16 years old. I was offered it. I said, I don't want that. I was called corny. I was called green. I was called all type of names, lame, square. I'm 53 years old and I've never smoked weed in my life. But if I would have allowed peer pressure, right? Or wanted to be cool or wanted to be get along to be in the in crowd. And I'm not saying smoking weed is bad. You do what you do. I just never desired that. I never wanted to do that. But if I would have failed to peer pressure, right? Then I would have done that. And I told y'all the reason why I never tried drugs is because that one damn commercial that used to say, "This is your brain." It was like an egg frying on like the asphalt. And it was like, "This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs." And I was like, "Oh, hell no, I don't want my brain to be fried." And that's why I've never been a drug user. That's why I've never tried drugs, because I don't want my brain to be fried. I'm just being honest with you. But I'm telling you, it starts at home. You can live around drug houses. You can live around violence. You can go to low income schools and you can still turn out to be a decent person as long as it's instilled in your home, or vice versa. You can live in the best neighborhood, wear the best clothes, right? Have the best stores around your area. And you can still turn out to be a whole monster. Look at some of these school shooters. Some of these kids come from good neighborhoods. They go to good schools. They've had good education. And then they still turn out to be monsters. So when you say product of your environment, the environment is in your home. What are you being taught in your home? What is mama teaching you, daddy teaching you? What are they allowing you to watch? It's like every little kid now have an iPad, a phone. They be 6 months old, slobbing on an iPad, being entertained by a computer, an iPad. You have to monitor what your kids watch. You remember when we were little, your mom and daddy didn't let you close your door? You damn sure didn't lock it. But some of our mamas and daddies didn't even let us close our door. You wasn't closing the door. We didn't have phones. We didn't have iPads. And when we did have phones, baby, your mom and daddy check your phones without you even without them even asking. They just come get your phone and go all through it. And that's if you had a phone. That's if you had one. But they checked your diary. They went through your purse. They went through your drawers. They went through your pockets. They wanted to know who your friends were. You remember that? You remember a time you couldn't have a friend without your parents knowing who you hang out with, who you talk to. Who is that? Some of these parents these days, they don't know who friends with their kids. They don't know who their kids talking to, who their kids eat lunch with every day. And I'm not saying back in the day was better than today, but what I will say is back in the day, parents, they, in my opinion, they were more hands-on. They were more concerned with what was going on with their child. Now their kid is being entertained by other stuff, other things. They made it a little easier. Oh, I ain't got to pay no attention to them. Go get on your iPad. Go ask Chat GPT. Go talk to Chat GPT. Don't come ask me. Go ask Chat GPT. Right? They're more hands off with their kids. These kids are raising themselves. A lot of these kids are raising themselves. Now, I will say this. If I saw my kids walking home like that with a bunch of kids, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't want my kids walking home with a bunch of, to me, that screams trouble. It does. I wouldn't want my kid walking home like that with a bunch of kids. It just screams trouble. Now, I don't have the solution, right, to this problem. I don't. Other than I just think parents should be held a little bit more accountable for their children's actions. And I think if they were held more accountable for their kids' actions, I think they would pay more attention to their children and what their kids do. And they will follow up with their kids, check their book bags, check everything. Now, I think that there needs to be some type of advocacy out there. Bring real parents back. Bring more parenting back. Right? But what we saw today is devastating, but at the same time, I am happy that the young lady got moved out of the neighborhood. But now I'm more concerned with more kids or more people being jumped that's around that school. Because we just sat here and thought for what, the first hour, that it was an isolated incident. And now we're finding out that this has happened before at the same school. The same school. This has happened before. Now, somebody just sent me something, said, I am the father of the kid who was recording the fight. Me and him are ready to apologize. Let's listen to this father's apology. Hold on. All right, let's listen to this father. See what he got to say. Let me get to him talking.
I'm watching right now. Hello? For you guys that are watching right now, if you tune in, I am the father. I am the father of the kid. I am the father of the kid who's recording the fight. Um, I wasn't a good father. I cannot say that I was a good father. I wasn't there. But I do take full responsibility of my child's action. And I want the world to know I'm not a bad guy. I am not a bad guy.
Oh my God.
I was misled as a kid. My father's.
See, he already starting off wrong to me. God damn. Like, come on with the sympathy bullshit. Jesus Christ. Y'all, let me get through this one. Let me breathe deep right quick. Whoo. All right, come on. Let's get through it, y'all. Let's get through it. Jesus.
Sent me off a long time ago, too. I was the kid that was sitting on the porch waiting on my father to come pick me up.
Oh my God.
I was him. And
y'all, I'm about to throw up. I haven't even heard a whole lot what he said. I'm about to throw up. She said, let him speak more. Okay. All right, okay. She said, more, let him speak. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, Jesus. Okay, here we go. Let's start over, y'all. Let's start over. Let's start over, baby. Jeez.
hello?
Whew.
For you guys that are watching right now, if you tune in, I am the father. I am the father of the kid. I am the father of the kid who's recording the fight. I wasn't a good father. I cannot say that I was a good father. I wasn't there. But I do take full responsibility of my child's action. And I want the world to know I'm not a bad guy. I am not a bad guy. I was misled as a kid. My father sent me off a long time ago, too. I was the kid that was sitting on the porch waiting on my father to come pick me up. I was him. And here I am doing the same thing with my kid. Shame on me. Shame on me.
This got to be a joke.
I got to do better. I got to do better. But I want my child to come on here and apologize to this woman, apologize to this city, apologize to this world, to this country for disrespecting me. He not only did he disrespect me, he disrespected his mother, my mom's, his grandmother, his sisters and brothers. He got us looking bad as a whole. But 1 second, I'm gonna add my son. He's gonna come on here and apologize to you guys.
This got to be a joke. I know y'all telling me to wait, but this got to be a joke.
Second, please. 1 second. Let me see. Is I'm adding him?
This got to be a joke. What the hell?
Antoine, take the Antoine, please. Antoine, take the mask off.
I can't.
Antoine, take the mask off.
This got to be a joke.
Antoine, don't you got on this damn you.
Is this a skit?
Antoine, please. This is a serious moment. Take off the damn mask.
Nah, man, I'm hurt.
Oh
Antoine, how they gonna think we sincere if you up here playing with these people in their face, Antoine?
Man, I've been crying all day, man. My eyes watery right now, man. I'm hurt.
Antoine, don't get on here and act a damn fool, Antoine. Antoine,
this
please.
This is a joke.
This is why I wasn't around, because you play too damn much. You record.
I'm being punked. I got to be being punked. Y'all laughing. She said they playing. Oh, see, who sent me this silly shit? Who sent me this?
Hold on 1 second, boy. I said this shit a long time ago, boy. I'm about to fuck you.
Oh, this is a joke. I thought this was for real, y'all. Girl, y'all. I knew something was wrong when this joker started off with the my father did this shit to me. Oh, okay. So he a comedian. The Joker is a whole. So he's a skit player. Okay. Y'all got me on this one. Child, I was like, this got to be a joke because I didn't even like the way he started. But why he think this is a planned moment? This is really not a funny moment. I understand that people want to do skits and things of that nature. But I just think this is yeah, nah. Okay, dude. Yeah, okay. She said, I knew it was a joke before he pinched his tears through the glasses. I mean, I kind of figured it was a joke the way he was adjusting that damn tie because I'm like, why he coming on here with a tie on? Like, what was that supposed to do? So okay, it was a skit. She said, I knew something when I saw them glasses and that bright tie. He got me. Somebody said clout is a drug. It is, baby. She said, ain't funny about that clown. Yeah. She said, people out here doing AIs of Dr. Martin Luther King at the damn school in Chicago. Really? God dang. Oh, wow. She said, it's not about him. Yeah, it's not about him. She said, what people will do for the internet for a nickel or dime. Girl, what you said? So, and he getting a bunch of reactions off of it, but yeah. He got me because I did think something was off though. Because she said, I think it's fake. I didn't watch the entire clip. I'm sorry, I didn't watch. It's okay. It's okay. You didn't know. You okay. I ain't mad at you. It's just I was like, what the hell? So it's okay. I'm not mad at you, child. She says that's not even a joking matter. People play too much. Yeah, I thought that the father was coming to apologize for real. Now you got me thinking, is the mother, is that a real apology? Was that the real mom, or just people out here just coming forth saying things because they just want a little extra attention? I don't know. She said people do anything. Yeah, they will. So, we probably going to see more skits here in the future, in the near future. She said we play too much. Yeah. Y'all was like, because he started off wrong to me. And y'all was like, let him speak. And I'm like, okay, okay. So anyway, she said, yeah, Vera, he's from my area in the Chi. He play around. Oh, okay. So he is from Chicago? All right. Okay. She said, more one of the girls apologized. The page is, but is it real? Hold on. Let me go to it. Okay, hold on. Let me go to it. She said, go to his page now. All right, hold on. Oh, okay.
PTSD, stuff like that. He can also do therapeutic activity.
So the little boy and his father, he's with his father, and they talking. Hold on.
And actually, just therapy. Just
They brought them belts out, but they didn't get to use them though.
Let me ask you a question. So I got I don't know if you seen that post on my page.
I love the way he is laying back on his dad. I don't know. I pick up things like that, y'all. I'm so sorry. But I love the way he leaning back on his dad. It just seems like he feels so safe right now. Not saying he's not safe with mama, but he just seems so safe and secure, locked up under daddy's chin. This is the little boy right here, and that's daddy. So he seems like he's just safe right now.
You seen it?
No, I'm just not getting this phone, so enlighten me on it.
You know Griffin, the officer Griffin?
Yeah, I think so. I've seen a lot of Griffins today, so I remember really paying attention to nobody's name.
The one that came to me and told me to stop recording.
The white guy?
Was that the short guy?
The black guy.
Was he short?
No.
You know what, y'all? I want to. Right.
That nonchalant ass principal. That principal is nonchalant.
Lackadaisic.
Do you agree?
I agree too, but she tried, but a lot of people peeked it.
She needs to be held accountable, Miss Principal Alicia Lewis,
And my son,
Assistant Principal Dr.
he can actually tell y'all that he been trying to tell them that the kids been trying to.
It looked like they may be in a hotel or something right now.
Bully him. So I was asking her, and could you walk them to school? Could you pick them up? Because when I get off work, it's a little late. School is already out when I get off work. School don't start.
I know what you're saying is true. I'm present in the home, a single mom, and she's having the same chief complaints. She's saying the same exact thing that you're saying.
You said that's not a kid. Who's not a kid? This little boy? Are you saying this little boy is not a kid? She said, has the mayor had a press conference regarding the incident? I have not heard of a press conference yet. Any of my Chicagoans in here? Have the mayor had a press conference?
Right.
So with two different people that don't know each other saying the same exact thing, then 10 times out of 10, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's a whistleblower. It's definitely a whistleblower, and they know change has got to be made. They know all that. Nobody's saying it's the principal fault. It's just as a principal of a school and as a city of a school of upper class or working class children, people be lackadaisic and chilling and don't care because they think they can get away with it. But nobody's saying that it's the principal's fault. But she's got to be held accountable for the program that that she runs. Because I guarantee you this wouldn't have went on in Beverly. I guarantee you this wouldn't have went on in Morgan Park. This wouldn't have went on in Lincoln Park. This stuff like this don't go on in upper working class communities. They think they can get away with it because that particular community is poverty stricken and underserved and underprivileged, and it's not okay. And I'm so glad that the city came together and came out and stood on business.
Yeah, I love Chicago for that, man.
And they hate that. They hate that.
They came out. They came out.
They're so used to thinking that the black communities in Chicago so going against and killing each other, and that's just what they sitting back waiting on. So when this happens, man, Chicago stood up like that, they definitely don't like it.
Hey,
But
quick question. Before we change, I need to chime in real quick. Can you tell me your son clothes size, shoe size, real quick, and your daughter clothes size, and shoe size, please?
You just read my mind. I was thinking that, but I wanted to say it at an appropriate time. But
sit up straight, man. My son is in a size 2 shoe. He wears uh 10, 12 in clothes. And my daughter, she's 6 years old. She wears size 1. She just came out of a 12C. So she's in a 6, 8, 7, 8, something like that. Because she's growing every day, so her feet getting big.
So she wears size 1 in shoes and a 7, 8 in clothes, and he's a 2 in shoes and a 10, 12 in clothes.
Right, 10, 12 clothes, yeah.
Okay, and she's 6.
She's 6 and he's 9.
And what type of toys?
He don't play with toys. He like games.
Okay.
Oh, he's a gamer. Okay.
Yeah, he like Xbox and stuff like that.
You like Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good information.
And what about baby girl?
She like Barbie. And what else your sister like?
Kitchen set.
No, get that out your mouth and ask you a question. What you say?
Kitchen set.
What is that?
Kitchen set.
Oh,
She like kitchen set.
and
It's funny how the daddy asked the son, what your sister like? He said, what your sister like? Kitchen sets. He said, what is that? Kitchen sets. They got the little 9-year-old and telling him what the 6-year-old like. I just think that's too cute.
like what else? What's her favorite characters?
Daddy said, what is her favorite characters? Daddy, I'm gonna need you to know. I'm gonna need you to know, Daddy.
Barbie.
Okay. So she likes Barbie and she likes kitchen sets, and he likes Xbox and he's a gamer. He's a size 2 in shoe and a 10, 12 in clothes, and she's a 1 in shoe and a 7, 8 in clothes.
Yes.
What about your child mother?
She's a 8 in shoe. She was the ass. I don't know how y'all go.
Somebody said, do I like V-Bucks?
Huh?
Somebody told me to go to the group, and there is the apology of one of the females. Okay, let's go to the group. I hope it's a real one and not one of these little fake things. So let's look and see. Y'all said it's one of the girls apologizing. One of the fighters speaks out. Click on it. She's a child. This a child? This don't look like no damn child. Is this a child? What the hell? Child, this cannot be the child. This got to be the mama. That's a child?
Hey, everybody, click in.
That's a child? What the hell?
Uh-oh.
Hey, how you doing? You the lady. She finna go online. Oh, you're looking online.
That's a child?
Let's see if people click in. It's actually okay if they don't click in, okay? Oh.
This cannot be a child.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is an update, y'all. I want y'all to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece and take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
Oh, lady, shut up. Talking about something, keep it respectful. No, you shut up. Whatever she get, she get. Talking about this is a child. Keep it respectful. They didn't keep it respectful when they was pounding her head in. Mama shouldn't even step like that. Keep it respectful. Mama, shut up.
My name is Kamara Grant, and
Keep it respectful.
I was wrong.
You was more than wrong. She should have wasn't acting like no damn child.
For everything that I did. And I was just being a follower, following everybody. who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize for everything.
No, you need charges. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't want to be in that situation. And I feel bad because
No, you need your ass beat. Her mama calling her, talking about something. That's okay. That's okay. It's not okay.
I would never did what I did.
But you did do it.
Do you have anything to say? I think her name is Shauna.
I was a bit people think,
man.
somebody I'm not.
Man. That girl ain't got a tear in her eye.
I think everybody, we've all seen the video. Everybody's been sharing it. The public outcry is definitely there, and we're all on the same accord that it was. We want. I think more so than anything, we want everybody to understand that this is a child. All of them children that was in that video was children. Some of them, not all of them, may have families, but this baby here, she has a family that cares, that loves her, that has held her accountable. She understands what is going on, and I don't expect her to speak. We do not expect her to speak as we are going to speak because she's a child.
Oh my goodness.
What grade are you in, Myra?
8th.
She's in 8th grade.
What grades do you get?
A's and B's, and
she still need her ass whooped, and she needs some charges, and she needs to be expelled. The hell?
coming clean.
Man.
I'm the captain of the cheerleading team.
And she needs to lose it. Do you hear her? She's a captain of a cheerleader team. All of that need to be swiped, taken from her immediately. That's privilege.
And I know I'm a better person than what I was yesterday.
Man.
And I can make a difference.
Oh man.
You will make a difference, right?
I will make a difference.
Oh, okay. Mama.
So whoever laughing, whatever that's about, I want y'all to know that this baby, as well as all the other babies that's in that video, are very much our future. So if we laughing at them, we laughing at ourselves.
Laughing at them? Ain't nobody laughing, Mama. We outraged. Where's the laughs? Who's laughing? We're not laughing at your daughter. We mad as fuck. Laughing? Who's laughing? The mother has the audacity to think this shit is funny. No, Mom, ain't nobody laughing. Who do you think is laughing? I don't think there's a soul out there laughing. Oh.
We want to make sure that we check that and that we be present, and that those people that are not on the ground, those people that are scared of our young kids, that we get out here and we touch them, that we let them know that we hear, that we got something to say, that we care about them, that they have more resources than they know, and that we are available to them.
And know that it takes a village. It takes a village to raise all these kids. This is not just one person's fight. This all, and I want you to know, Kamara, this is not all on you. You taking your responsibility of the role that you played in this.
And now, what is that? Khaki pants? Is that the one that actually swung on the lady? Please tell me in the comments. Is this khaki pants right here? Is this khaki pants?
The role that she played in this, and I want y'all to know that this is not the kid that she is, nor will she let the internet turn her into a kid that child gonna try to say she is.
Also, she the ringleader.
We are cooperating with investigation, or whatever needs to happen will happen.
And I think we had a pretty honest conversation today, right?
Yeah.
And you understand, like, it's okay to be smart. You're smart. You get A's and B's. You're the captain of the cheerleaders team.
And she needs that swipe from her. She needs to lose her position as the captain of the cheerleader team. And she should be kicked off the team, period.
Homecoming queen. You don't have to be bad just because you think it's cool. You
No.
don't have to do what other people do.
I'm sorry. They calling this girl.
Right?
They calling this
This don't
girl.
define you.
No.
You are wrong. But this is not your end all be all. You can come back from this.
Man, you got
And you will come back from this.
You will come back from this. And everybody, like, give these parents and these kids, let's give them the kids a little grace.
No. No. They don't get grace. No, not until they are held accountable. Give them grace.
Let's get to the bottom of this. This is the issue in our community. This is why the term a village, it takes a village. It's a lot for a parent. I'm not a parent, but it's a lot for a parent.
Oh my Jesus.
Like, let's let these kids take accountability, but let's not dog these kids. These are kids.
And let's make sure that we explain it to these kids why it's wrong. A lot of these kids are each other influences, and it's so easy.
They act like they didn't put a whole adult in the hospital. They act like they didn't knock down a 9-year-old and stump him in the head. Yeah. They act like this was just cuss somebody out and ran off. They put 2 people in the hospital.
Say, oh, they being raised wrong. No, sometimes kids are being raised right. This child, she being raised right.
I can't tell, Mama.
Correctly.
Mama, I can't tell she's being raised right. I cannot tell that, Mom. Mom, how is she being raised right that she leaned back with her fist and hit a whole adult? That's not being raised right, Mom. Mom is in denial, you guys. Do you hear me? Mom is in denial. Mom has said she's being raised right. A child that's being raised right would never lean back, right? And swing on anybody, but furthermore, an adult. So no, she's not being raised right. She said, Amor, she's not the mom. Oh, I thought she said she was the mama. Is she not the mama? Let me know before I get in her ass. Let me know.
Pressure is something we all experienced it. Peer pressure is something we all experienced it. So we're not gonna try to somehow take ourselves out of the equation.
And also, we can start an initiative. I think we're gonna work with Kamara to start maybe a bullying campaign or something to raise more awareness to let everybody know that this is serious. She know it's serious, and that this not okay. So yeah, and we'll definitely have some bullying, anti-bullying, even peer pressure. It's all the same. It's all one.
Everybody don't adhere to peer pressure. You can't just say that. Everybody don't do that. It's a lot of us that do not adhere to peer pressure. So I understand peer pressure is heavy, is strong, is there, but everybody is not ate up by peer pressure. That's what parents come in at. You teach your kids to not be peer pressured. That's what you teach against.
The same. So
it's Chicago. It's a big city,
yeah.
And we all we got.
But you also know you make your own decisions. Mm-hmm. When you get in trouble, you in trouble. You don't get to fall back on it because you're a kid. Yeah, we all know that, but you still have to put your best foot forward. You still got to do the best that you can. You still cannot put your hands on people, feet on people, or none of that. The only time you need to be putting your hands on somebody is if they touch you. Other than that, your hand's supposed to be on your side.
Them not the type of talks I got when I got in trouble. That's all I got to say. You hear me? Them are not the type of talks I'm used to, honey.
I just want to say this. some decisions we make is not of our parents and what they teach us, but what we want to experience on our own. So it don't matter sometimes how you're necessarily being raised. Mistakes do happen. And if you have children yourself and they make a mistake, and I don't care if it's as small or big as the Bible, the Quran, or whatever y'all may read, whatever y'all may worship, one sin is not bigger than the next sin. And this is not Kira condoning anything. This is me holding full accountability for what is going on and me understanding that this is a child and that instead of being a part of the problem or talking down on the problem, that I'm gonna become a solution to that problem. And I just urge everybody to do the same. So while you in your neighbor's hoods, if you in South Shore, you in Inglewood, you in Woodline, you in Jeffrey Manor, wherever you at, touch these babies. Let these babies know that you love them. Understand what's going on with them. See how you can make a difference because you can save somebody's life. And she understands too that this very well could have been a totally different situation.
It could have been a different situation. And if that lady would have swung back on that child, that 12-year-old, right? Then she'll be out here wanting a million man march going on. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to y'all? She would be so outraged if that mother would have whacked that little girl upside the head. She would want Jesse Jackson to come out the hospital and march with her. She's not as outraged as she should be. She trying to brush it over like it ain't no big thing.
Y'all know me. Y'all for sure know Alita. And y'all damn sure know Naima too. And know that we stepping 100%. So if that was us, it would have been a different situation, as well as her mother. So let's thank God that it wasn't that, because this is still our child. This is still our Black child. This is still our future. And I will hope that if anybody was to make a mistake, that they was able to come on live in front of a bunch of people that can point and have that thumb point back at them but can't hold themselves accountable.
But you ain't holding yourself accountable. You telling us to just blow it off because she's just young and a baby and all this coddle bullshit. This lady is not holding herself accountable. And is not holding the little girl accountable. She's making excuses for this little girl, in my opinion.
That you would commend that from a child. It's adults that can't do that. So, Kamara, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
And we love
what?
You. And we gonna hold you in accountability with love and with honesty. And we expect that better. Absolutely.
It's not over. You know you owe that lady a debt. You gonna have to make it right with her. Outside of all of that.
Yeah, you need some charges, Kamara. You need to be stripped of your cheerleader's position. You need to be stripped of your homecoming position. You need to be expelled from the school. You need to go to counseling. You need anger management. You need community services. No, she made what?
You got to make it right with that lady and her family because you took the first hit. Regardless of who you was following, you still did. Whatever you got to do.
Following, she wasn't following nobody. Wasn't she leading? It looked like she was the leader of the pack.
To make this right, you need to try to do it. Okay?
So we're not gonna make this long and drawn out. We got y'all. We're gonna figure out how to get in the field, anti-bully, beat the bully, and just know that it's some real steppers that's gonna be behind us, whether it come with girl mentorship, youth mentorship. It's gonna be an answer to the problem. Real solutions, not just problems.
No.
And on that, we out.
I don't know who that lady was, but she could have said that one right there for her mama or whatever. I don't know if this little girl is in a group home and they just the group teachers or whatever the hell she is. I'm not sure. But that little speech that she gave, in my opinion, is the reason why Kamara is gonna end up in the system. All right. And I hate to wish anything like that on a little girl or whatever, right? Because I know people make mistakes. But I honestly, I don't see the accountability there. She said she was a leader. I saw a lot of covering up, a lot of coddling. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't see no real accountability. Instead of saying, I'm proud of you, she should have said, I'm ashamed of you. Not even ashamed. I'm disappointed in you. Those are the type of words that my father used to say to me when I was little that used to crush my heart. I'm disappointed in you, not I'm proud of you. I wouldn't want my parent to be proud of me in a moment like this. I wouldn't want my parent to be proud of me. No, I'm disappointed in you. Those right there, it hits deep, baby. You hear me? When you know that your parent, right, or your guardian is disappointed in your actions, that's when you want to change. That's when you want to do something different. How can you be proud of a child that led a group of mobs and swung on a woman that was just trying to protect her son? No, no. I'm proud of you. What are you proud of her for? Huh? I don't understand her words at all. So I don't get these apologies or these, whatever they want to call this shit. Because all of this, they need to say this. Maybe they need to take 72 hours and really think about what just occurred. And then come out here. Because see, right now, they rushing the gun and talking about she's a child and all of you out here laughing. I don't see nobody that think that this shit is funny. I ain't seen not a blogger yet. I ain't talking about no skit person. I'm talking about a blogger. I haven't seen a blogger or a news reporter yet that's coming out here laughing about this shit. Y'all out here laughing and this is a child? Exactly, lack of accountability and straight up gaslighting. It takes a community. Yeah, it takes a community, but guess what? It starts at home. Now, I don't know if this lady is the mother. I mean, it's 3 adults there. I don't know if the girl live in a group home or anything. But for her to even say, I'm the captain of the cheerleader team, and I'm the what homecoming queen. She should be saying I used to be the captain of the cheerleader team. I used to be the homecoming queen. I used to go to that school. That's what should be coming out of her mouth. This happened yesterday. She shouldn't still be the captain of nobody's cheerleader team. She shouldn't even be still in school. What I don't like about this, and y'all know I love my black people. I love people, period. But one of the things I do not like about this is when it happens to another black person. Like if it would have happened to her, she would be so effing outraged. I'm talking about putting on a whole show. Outraged. But the nonchalant attitude that she gives off to me, that hurts. She should be ashamed of herself. When it happens on our door, we fuss, we kick, we scream. We want to march, we want to tear shit up, burn down our cities and shit. But when we're responsible for it, we want to brush it off. No, you don't get to brush that off. There was a lack of accountability on her side. I'm so proud of you. No, you should have been like, I'm disappointed in you. You was raised better than that. Talking about something, she's been raised in a good home. I can't tell. I cannot tell. A captain of the cheerleader team will rear her arms back to swing on a whole adult. No, something is going wrong. Something is missed. Let me tell you, baby. I believe that if nothing happens to that little girl, I'm telling you, I just feel in my hearts of heart that she's going to become a statistic because she's going to feel that she got away with it. Now, I know you can't read remorse, right? You can't like 100%. But I didn't see no remorse in her eyes. I didn't even really see a tear. Now, I'm not saying she ain't cried before or whatever, but just looking at this baby, it seemed to me like she was trying to cry. I see more embarrassment that she got to be on camera for her friends to see, right? Man, you got to be shitting me. Now, I don't know which one mama. I don't know if this is mama, but it seemed like a house full of women. I don't know what's going on, and I don't even want to speculate. I don't know if they all partners and shit. I don't know. And I don't want to pass judgment on them, but you got 3 adults that's coddling a girl that reared back and swung on a whole adult. I don't see nothing cute about that. Nothing at all. I don't see nothing that she should be proud about that. She should be disappointed. Absolutely. This must be mama right here. She said, that's not mama. Which one mama then? God damn, which one is mama? Is she in a group home? Something ain't adding up. She's going to return to school begging about the entire situation or bragging about. That's what it seemed to me. On top of that, she looks like she's chasing internet clout with the energy. Yeah, talking about we gonna get together and we gonna stand up for bullying. Start at your home or wherever. I don't know. I don't know the dynamics of this situation. I don't know if she's in a group home. I don't know if that's her mama. I don't know if that's her. I don't know what. I don't know the dynamics of these 3. But I see 3 adult women that seem like they just like to me, right? If I didn't know the situation, I would think this little girl was a victim. She says she's an advocate for kids. Oh, is that what she is? Oh, well, I don't know if that's how you're supposed to advocate for someone that just thumped somebody's head in. I don't know, right? But she seems like the way they just came out to me, it seems like she the victim. Like she should be getting, you know what I'm saying? She should be getting flued out to Illinois. I mean, excuse me, to LA and getting Christmas bought for her. It seems like she the victim. Hell, if I didn't know prior to what was going on, I'd be like, damn, what happened to the little girl? Who did something to the little girl? Because that's what it seems like to me. Whatever happened to the parents whooping their children asses? I would never gotten away with that. They did at their age without my parents whooping me after school. Man, this girl, let me tell you something. Back in the day, we wouldn't have been able to sit down. Now, I don't know. I don't know if that's a child's advocate or whatever, like y'all said. It may be. It says one of the fighters speak out. So is she an advocate? Let me see. She says, one thing about it, I'm solution oriented and I'm not afraid to get in the field the right way. I physically put my body and freedom on the line for Black people. So the comment requests and messages are seen, but don't fathom me. I actually care about the woman, her children, and all the kids. Resources have poured for this woman and her children, as they should. However, though this is not my child, what are we to do about the kids? Are we to abandon our children or hold them accountable? Are we to step in or fall back? Y'all won't make me feel as if I'm someone who I'm not, because I know who I am. And on top of that, it is very much respected. Half of y'all still behind the keyboards. Get out here and get to work so shit like this doesn't happen again. It takes a village. Meanwhile, y'all still talking about blocks and bullshit. Please miss me or reach me when you want collaboration for a better future. You know what? This lady, I don't like her because this lady just said, this is the type of shit I don't like. Let me tell y'all something. She said resources have poured out for this woman and her children, right? So she's looking at it like, oh, she made up for her licks. This is what this screams to me. Since resources have poured out to the lady and her kids, then everything should be okay. That's what this screams to me. Resources have poured out to this woman. No, this woman has a name. The woman name is Korshan, I don't even know how you say it. Shawanda. Korshawan, I don't know, child. Anyway, Miss Hatter. Shawanda, right? She couldn't even use the lady's name, but she's supposed to be some advocate, right? Right? She couldn't even use the lady's name. Gonna talk about resources have poured out to her and her children. So does that fix it for her? Does that supposed to make this mother feel, oh, like this shit didn't happen? Does all the trauma that this lady and her child went through goes away? Huh? I don't understand this at all. Resources have poured out to her and her kids. And that's supposed to make it all better. Oh, she got a house. They moved out of the neighborhood. So let's just reach our children. Lady, are you serious right now? I don't know too much about this lady, but I think she probably should have slept on this one, maybe for 72 hours or so before she came out here and spoke. Because it's given very much. The lady didn't got help. So what's the outcry? Everything should be okay. That's what I'm getting. She said, but read her post before that one. The post before this one says, the whole Chicago needs to be at OT Bright School in the morning. No way them kids jumped on that lady like that. No respect for adults at all. The lady is battling sickle cell, just lost a nephew and she's pregnant. I'm speechless. People need to raise their kids correctly before they end up in cell or cemetery. What? So wait a minute. Yesterday, the kids need to be held accountable before they end up in the cemetery. And now today, the lady didn't got enough resources. Now we need to give the kids resources. She's talking out of both sides of her neck. I don't understand that. So yesterday, she wanted the kids held accountable. And today, the lady didn't got enough resources. Huh? This doesn't even make sense. Is this lady really an advocate? She literally said yesterday the whole Chicago needs to be at the school in the morning. But now, the mother and the children, they didn't got enough resources poured into them. Okay. She had no tears. She was just smiles away. Did you catch that, Miss Amore? I saw the smirk, but you really can't judge a person expression. You can judge it, but like not 100%. So it's kind of hard to tell like how she was really feeling. I didn't feel like there was no remorse. However, you can't feel or see that through just a video. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody process things differently. So I can't really say she wasn't remorseful. So it's hard to say until she found out that that kid she liked was involved. Oh, I get it, strawberry shortcake. So somebody that she knew was involved or led the pack. Or led the pack. So now all of a sudden it's, come on, the children are our future. The children are our future. They supposed to be. She said, did she delete this? Because I don't see it on her Facebook. It's still there. It's spelled Kirah, last name Moe, Mo. It's still there. Kira Mo. It's still there. That school may have told the advocates to soothe it over. She said it's gone. Oh, is it? Well, let me take a screenshot before it goes away from me. Now let me hit refresh. No, it's still there. Both of them still there. I just hit refresh and both comments are still there. Let me just drop the link so y'all can see her page. Y'all might be going to the wrong page here. And not that I'm trying to give her clout, but for the ones that said it's gone, it's still there. I just dropped the link in the and this is not for anybody to go bully her. You know, I won't tell y'all to do nothing like that. Please, by all means, do not bully no one no one on my behalf. This is not for y'all to leave derogatory comments or anything like this. Just because I may see things a certain way on my channel, I do not encourage anybody to go and bully anyone. Okay? That's just not how I roll. So I'm going to close out because our internet sister wants to come on tonight, you guys. She said it's not anymore. It's not. I just hit refresh again. Let me do it one more time. Y'all, every time I hit refresh, it's still there. So I don't know. Oh, the live that they're speaking of. Oh, the one that she just did. Oh, hold on. The live that she just did. Let me see. It was sent to me in my inbox. Let me see. Oh, you saying she took the live down. Hold on. Let me see. Give me a second. I'll tell you about the live. I think she took the live down. Oh, yeah. So, I wonder what made her do that. Yeah, so she took the live down. It says no content available right now. So she deleted the live video that she just did with the little girl, like literally just did with the little girl. Wow. She just did the live. Yeah, she removed it. So, but we saw it here, so we got it on record. But she deleted it. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, she took it down. She had her comments off, but everybody that shared it was going in on the lack of real accountability. Oh, yeah, she took the live down. I didn't even know that's what y'all was talking about, but she definitely deleted the deleted or hid it or whatever you want to call it, but she definitely took the live down. She said the post is edited. In the post you showed, she states that she is not her daughter. The post I see don't state that. Let me look at the post again. The one I see still says, this is not my child. I still see that. But she turned her comments off, so no one can leave a comment. But she did take the video down. She said, I screen recorded the live stream. Okay. Yeah, so she deleted that, but she still have the she said they was definitely dragging her. If the police is involved, she was never supposed to make that live in the first place. Yeah, I agree. Especially without an attorney or anything, because I wouldn't let my child or somebody come out and speak without an attorney, because it could definitely be. She said, so is Jenny going live? Yes, Jenny is going live. So that's why I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I do appreciate you guys for coming out. And this is very much a sad story. Again, I'm glad that they were able to move this young lady and her children out of that neighborhood, because, what hurts the most is the kids were scared to go home, and no kid should be scared to go home. I hope this mother not only get the financial resources or the community help with, like relocating into a better area. I hope she get the medical attention that she needs, because she already stated that she had been sick for 5 weeks. You understand me? So I hope that she's able to rest. This could have been her life. This could have put her life in more jeopardy, her health in more jeopardy than it already is. And my heart also goes out to the other people that has been chased down by bullies, whether it's, kids, adults, or whatever, all because they're untamed humans out here that don't know how to keep their hands to themselves and just be decent humans, right? So I'll just say, this story is sad, but again, shout out to Chicago for coming together for this mother. Shout out to Chicago and the young fella that made this national news, bringing awareness to situations like this. A lot of us is oblivious to things like this, whether we don't catch the local news or we just don't live in these type of communities. So shout out to people that bring awareness to these type of situations. I appreciate you guys for pointing to this live, for being here and listening to this live. For those that may have caught it at the very end, please go back and listen to the beginning, you know, um, and just pray for everybody at this point. Hell, we all need prayer. You know, the whole country just needs prayer. And I understand that this is just not an isolated thing in Chicago. This happened in a lot of cities, a lot of urban cities, hell, all over. So we definitely need to just keep our country as a whole uplifted and just hopefully one day that a solution is out there that we can fix this seriously, right? But making it public, right? Bringing awareness to it is a start. It's a start. All right. So I do thank y'all so very much for pulling up. You guys blessed me on this live, and I do appreciate it. Thank you, Lacondas, Lady V, Rita M. She said, I'm glad that you're talking about this. Thank you, 12K. Love it here. Get in here. Sonia C, Candid Eye. Hit that thumbs up, y'all, and bless our girl. Thank you so much, Candy. That's one of my mods. 12K, thank you. Or more, I send it to your inbox. Thank you so much, Lacondas, showing some more love. This is awful. Candid Eye again, she came back around and said, children can't pick their parents. We've seen horrible behaviors from the past few years. Do we really expect anything better, different from these kids? I mean, do we expect anything better? We do. I expect better, but it starts with the parents. I do expect better, and I pray for better, but it starts with the parents. So thank you, baby girl. Thank you, Quiet Storm, for 17 wonderful months. Thank you, Big Sis Glenn. She says, hi, mods and chat sisters. These kids don't give a damn about going to juvenile detention. It's not a thought. I worked in the projects. Oh, Lord. They don't give a damn about going to juvenile. Y'all know I love my blanket and my bed. It can't be me. You hear me? Thank you, Big Sis. Thank you for 26 lovely months, Carmelita. Thank you for 22 months, Shanita. She said, I love it here. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl, for 13 months. Age is out of the window when you put your hands on me. Cheryl, girl, whoo, Jesus, honey, whoo. I feel you. That's all I got to say on that one. I feel you. Thank you, Dry Bob, for 4 months. We love you back. Thank you, Deep Dive with Chris, for 25 months. Thank you, baby. I know I be MIA, but just know the support don't stop. Day one supporter. Thank you so much, Deep Dive. Appreciate you, baby. Thank you, C. Baldwin. Them badass kids, they should go to juvie and should, right? Seriously, they should get in the system for real. Thank you, C. Baldwin. Thank you, Carla. Boot camp for kids. They do have boot camp for kids. They really do. Thank you so much. Thank you, Barbara King. Thank you, Lashina Daniels. These kids are so lost. It's sad. They are. We got to pray for our kids and they damn parents too. Thank you, Lashina. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, that MF. Thank you, Draw Bob. She said, thanks for covering this story. Thanks for bringing it to me. And I know like 4 or 5 of y'all did, so I appreciate y'all for bringing this story to light. Thank you, Rita M. Great Live Amora. You can talk about any subject. I appreciate you, Rita. Appreciate you so very much. Thank you, Conscious Beauty 80. All of our people calling for the. Oh, I read this one. Thank you so much. Appreciate your comment and your support. Appreciate you. Gloria Benton, sending love and more mods in chat. Hey Gloria, hope you're doing well, baby. My heart goes out to you. And thank you for the love. Thank you, Candy Girl. Good vibes only tonight. Hit that thumbs up, share, and show love with a super chat. Thank you so much, Candy. Thank you, Carmelita. And thank you so much, Chief Rocka. Appreciate the super sticker. Appreciate the love. Let's continue these conversations. Don't let it stop here. I think the more we bring awareness to things like this, the more we can try to come up with some type of solution. I mean, I know it's not going to happen overnight, but being aware of things like this, it helps, right? It definitely helps because a lot of us is oblivious and we don't know things are like this is going on. So I appreciate you guys for bringing this to me so I'll be one of the bloggers that can bring it out to you. Miss TKO says, yes, I said parents need to start parenting their kids and stop being friend. Now, girl, you could not have said that better. I absolutely do not like parents that try to be their children's friends. I never understood that. Never understood that. I never understood why these parents try to be their kids' friend. Go out with them, hang out with them, drink with them, smoke with them, cuss with them. I never understood. Twerk with them. I never understood that. I've been one of them parents. I love my kids, but I've never been one of them parents that can see myself on my kid level. I can't do it. I can't go to the club with my daughter. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't want to hang out with my kid and her friends. I can't, y'all. I've never been that type of parent. I've always saw myself in a parent role, no matter how old my kids get. But that's just me. That's me. I can't say that about a lot of other parents, but we always had that parent child respect in the relationship. And it will forever be like that. You know, can we go get our nails done? Yeah. Can we go to a concert? Right? Yeah. We went to go see Beyonce, but it was still mama and daughter. It wasn't mama and sister. Yeah, we went to go see Beyonce together as mother and daughter. I was still mama. I was still mama. So, shit, them the ones that fight their parents because they want to be their child friend. Yeah. See, I can't get down with that right there. And I thank God that I've never had to endure that. I've never had to worry about if my child gonna jump me. Never. And I've never had to slap my child, call my child out her name, the B word, the H word. I don't talk like that to my kids. I can never call my daughter a B. I hear parents calling their kids B's. You B, you B. No, I just thank God I never had that type of relationship with my kids. And I wouldn't want that type of relationship with my kids. So, and if you are that type of parent, please change that. That ain't cool. It's just not. Change that. And it ain't too late to change, but change that. Don't speak like that to your child and don't allow your child to speak like that to you. Just don't. I love y'all so much. Hit that thumbs up button. The internet sister is going live. I know she told me she was going live at 9 Eastern Standard. So that's what time is it? It's 9 my time. So she probably already live. Let me look right quick. Child, did I run over? I probably did. Hold on. Subjects like this is I get a little passionate about it. Let me see if the internet sister is live. She's not live yet, but I do know that she's going live. So y'all just watch out for the internet sister. I'm gonna call her when I get off because I think I did go over a little bit, maybe an hour. But y'all hit that thumbs up button. I love y'all so much and I appreciate y'all. And wait a minute, somebody sent me a coffee. So hold on right quick. Let me give them recognition because somebody did send me a coffee. Vanita says, thank you for keeping it real. I love it over here. Thank you so much, Vanita. I appreciate you. And Katrina. Oh, yeah. So thank you so much, Vanita. I got it. I appreciate you, baby. So, all right, you guys, hit that thumbs up button and we'll talk tomorrow night, okay? If y'all have more stories, y'all know what to do. Send them my way. Drop them off in my inbox or either email me at talkaboutitwiththemora@gmail.com. Talk about it with Demora@gmail.com. Good night, y'all.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Jay! She kept talking about that family.
Hoes over there.
She kept talking about that family. 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 That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen on them. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our